Welcome to Odd Boys. My name's Nathan Barnett, former gravedigger from spooky old New England, and this is my co-host, Tinfoil Tom.
That's right, future grave filler, Tinfoil Tom. I'm here. Hello, everybody. Hello, Nathan. What are you
Gravedigger
eating?
and grave filler.
Yeah, it's the duality. It's the duality of man.
The duo until death. Literally, I'll be the one burying you.
I don't know. I think that the way that it usually I beg to differ. I think that the way that it usually works is you're the one that's going to be training, you're going to be taking care of yourself, you're going to be dieting, you're going to be doing all of those things. And then when you're like 47, you're going to have a heart attack, and I'm going to live to be like 93.
From Deathful.
What? Sigh.
Oh my God,
you
what
for
just
cutting
happened?
off Tom's insults.
That wasn't an insult.
Thank you.
Sai, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sai. Thank you for the support. Sai is always here. Hello to the chat. Inept, Aladdin, Endren, Derek, Kyrie, Casa, Leo, Roomba, Leo the Roomba, Dragon Buddy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the party. Thanks for being here.
Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm logging into, I want to make sure we can thank Sai. I forgot to log into the Ko-Fi to look. I know I'm logging in right now.
Check it out. While you're looking at that, let's show the world what I'm eating. Today's been a rush day. I feel bad when I eat on stream, but I have to eat. I just ran from boxing, came here, set up with the stream with Jamie and Tom. And then after the show, I have to go start my new job as a night janitor. So I have to literally run out the door. So I have to eat now. I'm eating some vegan meatloaf with peas, corn, and mashed potatoes.
Can we please hit... This is the plan. We're going to try to hit those goals to make sure Nathan doesn't have to work until the odd hours of the morning being a night janitor. We got to try to drum up support on Odd Boys so we can help you pay the bills here.
I appreciate the support. I hope that everyone supports the show if they're able to, and we can keep the show going. But I do not expect enough support to prevent me from going to get another job. I have to do it. I got the job tonight. It's my first shift. I'm working only 1 hour. They're gonna test me for an hour, and then I'll start on Monday. You're doing
like a working interview kind of a thing.
Yeah, this is my third one. I did 2 interviews, and it's only a janitor. It's like literally cleaning buildings at night. So I don't know why they do so much protocol for this, but I'm sure I'll get it. I was a janitor in the past, so
25 years ago.
I'll be working 20 hours a week. Yeah, it was 25 years ago. I was at Kohl's in Milford, Massachusetts. But 20 hours a week I'll be doing. I was the maintenance guy. So just to earn some cash. I gotta get cash coming in. I haven't been streaming a lot, and when I do stream, it's hard. And then when I upload videos, no one's really watching anymore because I've been on YouTube for 20-something years. But anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you guys what's going on, and that's why I'm chowing this food. And if Odd Boys blows up this year, then we'll be doing this full time.
I do think it is important to put that out there just so people understand, because like I think it's the creator economy right now, and Jamie could probably chime in on this as well if he wishes. But I think that it's very hard to like be an independent content creator, and I think that like for you specifically, it's like I think that when you see your views drop like that, it's like you're just not making the ad revenue that you used to. And it's like that's like a reality you have to face is that you were
New tip from Inep, the
oh my
slayer of the UN Jolly.
Inap, thank you.
Thank you, Yanap. Thank you.
If
But
anyone
yeah,
wants to donate direct, the link, I think, Tom, did you pin it? Yes, top of the chat and in the description.
In there, yeah.
If anyone wants to become a member on Ko-Fi, it's basically like Patreon. You can become a monthly member to keep the show going. We do this every Friday. I hope you're watching the videos and clips that go up all week. You can do a one-time donation like people are doing. That can help support us to keep the show going. And thank you to all those who do. Thank you. Or just a YouTube donation or a YouTube membership that helps as well.
Oh, by the way, I didn't ask Jamie's permission on this, but there is a YouTube super chat goal right now on YouTube that Jamie has to sing the Star Spangled Banner if we hit it.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I don't like this goal. This is terrible.
No. I like this a lot. Thank you, Sai, for the $25 direct donation, and Yanep for the
25.
And Yanep for the
25. Wow, Sai
15 and 25. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated.
But yeah, we will have to keep the show going. We can't do too many tangents like Aladdin is saying because we do have a rush. I have to leave at 8:30 in almost exactly 2 hours from now.
Nathan has a hard run. Nathan has a hard out now because he is going to work as a janitor at an office building. I mean, a job's a job. Like no, like that. I think that's an important thing. A job's a job. You got to do what you got to do.
Jobs like this. I apply for jobs where I could kind of like not have to like talk to anyone and I could just listen to music and like write down ideas as I'm working. And this one seemed okay. I went to an interview yesterday too for a valet job at a hotel to be like a valet guy parking cars. That seems surprisingly hard to get in on. They were like asking me so many questions. I was like, it's just parking cars. I'm like, I've driven dump trucks, forklifts, motorcycles, you name it. I can drive it. Just give me the keys, lady.
But because
maybe I'll get that one too. I don't know.
A job like a valet, they make a lot of money in tips. So those are like coveted. It's the same thing with like working as like a bartender or working at like a coffee shop or something. What is that noise? Yeah, $5 super chat. That means only 9 more. And Jamie, oh, say, can you see?
Wait, Jamie, do you have a British anthem?
I want to hear Jamie sing the American.
Oh, he's asleep again.
I want to hear Jamie sing the American anthem.
I want to know what the British one is. Is it like, oh, we love to eat crumpets and Sunday mash.
Mushy peas for the queen.
Mushy peas and Sunday mash. Drink a pint, why don't you wanker?
I haven't seen the sun in 17 months, oh boy. something like that. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Gotta go to the dentist.
What is happening?
Thank you, Kyrie. We're getting so many super chats.
Everybody wants to hear Jamie sing the Star Spangled. I want to hear Jamie sing the Star Spangled Banner too. Jamie, have you ever heard the Star Spangled Banner? Do you know what that is?
No, I mean I probably do, but I don't know the name of it. It sounds like some kind of.
It's
like
one
what
of the America songs.
It's like the America. It's like what they sing before like the Super Bowl.
It's not,
like
is it the national anthem?
Yeah, it's the national. It's the Star Spangled Banner. That's like it's what they sing before every they sing it before WrestleMania. That'll be like Jamie. This is Jamie's audition for.
Why did we have the goal so low for this?
Because it's funny if we can hit it.
We should do another goal where I have to sing Conus Hoopin', the worst song in the world, but that needs to be like 22 Ko-Fi members or something. 22 Ko-Fi donations.
If we make $22,000, Nathan will sing Conus Hoopin'.
Can we get a ton of likes? I don't know how many likes we have on the stream, but can we get more? If you haven't liked, please do.
I thought you were drinking. For some reason, I looked at your water bottle and I was like, "Are you drinking lemon juice?"
No,
first thing that
bottle. Oh my god!
I
gave another
7 more on this stream, and we're gonna have the British boy sing the Star Spangled Banner. Thank you very much, Sai. Thank you everybody for the donations. It's very much appreciated.
Thank you.
This is we'll talk about we'll talk about it later because it relates into another story. I should roll into this.
Can I take a break real quick and just Jamie, can we do a full cam over here?
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Are you showing up? Are you showing up the room?
I just wanted to show everyone my new setup. It's 99% complete. Over here, you can see the white wall. You will not see that the next time you see this room. Tonight, it's supposed to be coming. The rest of the wallpaper, I'm gonna fill that in. But
looks good.
Right here.
Kidnap 6 more.
Oh my God!
Every single person wants to hear Jamie. I should have said it higher, but oh well. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Wow. Thank you. I'll sing Conus Hoopin' if we do that marathon and we get 222 members again, then I'll sing Conus Hoopin', the worst song in the world.
Will you do it wearing a horn suit? Like the Horn Man?
I think it would cost me $200 to get the horn suit, so I'll spend all the money
Coney?
doing that. So no, it will not.
What about just getting
I just want to say my office is now done for the most part. It's cozy. I have lanterns. I don't know if you can see this, but these lanterns are hanging from the ceiling. And
it looks good.
This is my offline. That's my old dad computer. This is my backup old computer that I play World of Warcraft on over here with my retro stuff. I painted the monitor beige to match this keyboard.
Wow.
I got an old mouse. This is like my gaming corner. And then I got, check this out. I feel like this is show and tell right now. This is not very Odd Boys. But I got this game, which I hope people can come over and play with me. Hero Quest.
What is Hero
Dragons kind of thing, kind of game. I got it to play it by myself because I'm a lonely guy. But
well, you keep saying you're gonna. You said you're gonna move to the Pacific Northwest. You can play the game if you move up here. You gotta.
If I move there, I will. Yeah. Right now I'll be playing alone unless Katie wants to play with me. You
have to leave that den of sin, Los Angeles.
I do. It's den of debt is more like it. If you can see over here, we're watching Contact on VHS. We got PlayStation 2, Prince of Persia playing, NES, Super Nintendo. We got another candle. We got another thing. Oh crap! I didn't turn these lights on. Hang on. The set is not complete.
So you're gonna do you're doing a retro show soon as well. Is that your plan?
Yeah. So where the heck did my remote go?
Oh, why don't you give us why don't you give the audience a little preview of your upcoming show? What do you sell me on the show? Give me the elevator pitch here.
All right, that looks better. Okay, now we got the 2 lights on.
Yeah,
okay, that looks better. And I got this new chair that matches. Cozy freaking place. So yes, this is the new set I've built to start a new series of videos.
I like the swinging lanterns. It looks like you're in the hold of a ship.
What I wanted to do was make myself a tavern. I wanted to make it tavern-like so I can drink out of my grog and gruel old medieval cup and hang out here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm starting a new video series, new videos that'll just be on my Nathan YouTube channel from this room, where I'm talking about specifically retro things that I'm obsessed with, old stuff, old TV shows, old video games, and it's gonna be like this whole sort of new reoccurring little thing. And then also I'm gonna start a weekly live stream on the Nathan channel. I might do it on Twitch as well. It's only an hour long. Every Wednesday for 1 hour, we're gonna watch different things that won't get me sued.
Like
I think the first thing will be Video Power was a video game show where these kids had answer questions, do challenges, and then they grab a bunch of video games. This is from the 90s. I wanted to watch episodes of that for 1 hour, and then it lives as like a video. So it's easy enough for people to watch after the fact if they don't catch it live. It's only an hour long, so I think people will watch it like a video. And unlike Passions, which is super long, we do that for like 5 hours. So that's the plan. New weekly live stream on the Nathan channel. New videos coming up in this setting. I put a lot of effort into this. I'm really happy with it. It's very fun to be in here. It's very cozy, and it makes me very happy. And then if I can hit on my Patreon, I'm at 537 on my Patreon right now. If I hit 666 monthly, a total of or monthly earnings on Patreon,
number.
I need to get 129 more dollars. If anyone signs up on my Patreon for $5, I get a bunch of people that do that, and I hit 666, I will bring back Passions live streams.
Oh my God, no, please, no,
once a month, I will watch Passions if I hit 666.
Please, no more Passions. Let it go.
I love Passions. And I know a lot of people watching this like Passions. I still love Passions. It just wasn't worth it to me to keep doing it. But I'll do it monthly if I can hit that Patreon number. So if anyone wants to sign up for my Patreon, please do. But also keep Odd Boys going. So between Odd Boys and my Nathan stuff, hopefully I can not do this janitor job too long and I can stop. Anyway, that's the whole deal with my entire life. Sorry to detour the show, but there you go.
No, it's I think we people in the audience, I think there's a lot of spillover from like my audience and your audience, Jamie's audience. So I think that people generally want to know if we're like working on something else. So I
Yeah.
think in that spirit, like you have this new set and you have a new show. So I'm sure that the people I hope they want to support our endeavors. So it's I think it's important to talk about this stuff.
This
It's
set
it's valid.
also, I will say, if I move to Pacific Northwest this year and Tom and I are in the same location, I want to recreate this in the place I live. And this would hopefully be where Tom comes over, and we will be in this like bunker cabin tavern place. And this will be where we broadcast Odd Boys from together. We'll get a 2-camera setup, and we can do it from here. So yeah, that's the plan.
You don't have enough electronic shielding in that bunker. I need a Faraday cage or something. You need to line that
we just
entire
put
thing with
tinfoil
lead.
on the roof.
I mean, there's got to be tinfoil on the roof.
They can't look down inside.
There's got to be tinfoil on the roof. There's got to be tinfoil on the walls. There's got to be that new fabric that like they put your cell phone in at concerts that doesn't let any of the electromagnetic radiation out. I don't want to be zapped by any of the alphabet soup agencies. Come on, man. You got to get real. They're going to
cook us. If you wrap the house in foil, you're going to be like Better Call Saul's brother, and you're going to freaking fry yourself.
We're gonna say the wrong thing on one of these shows, and they're gonna fire an EMP at our locations and vaporize our brains. I, for one, do not want my brain to be vaporized.
I don't think your wife has let you wrap your house in foil at the moment, so I don't think you have to worry. What the heck? You always go crazy in that stupid laugh. I'm just making sure these candles. I have these hanging from the ceiling. I couldn't drill into the ceiling because it's straight up concrete. I used a drill and it wouldn't go. So I took, those. Oh wait, is that falling?
I like how this is. Nathan's like, I have a hard out at 8:30, and this is what we're doing on the show. It's okay. Listen, everybody. Listen, everybody. We're doing 2 offline shows on Tuesday. We've got to record those, and we're planning on doing a marathon. The 19th, I think, is the marathon, 12 to 12.
Yeah, we're trying to do it the 19th.
So whatever we don't cover tonight, if Nathan does have to go to the janitorial service, if we don't cover it tonight, we'll cover it on one of those future shows. We should get blast
through the stories then.
We should get into this. And this is relevant because it just happened last night. Nathan, did you watch the Video Game Awards?
I did not. I don't know what was nominated. I don't know what won. All I saw was on Instagram, Alana Pierce went to the Video Game Awards and she presented an award. That's all I know. And Justine went. That's all I know.
So I did watch the Video Game Awards. So for anybody in the audience, the Video Game Awards were last night. It's now the biggest. Now that E3 is pretty officially dead and PAX is more of a fan event. PAX is the Penny Arcade Expo. That's more of a fan event. It does seem like all of the big reveals that used to be at E3 are now done during the Video Game Awards now. So last night, something that I thought was very interesting because it started making the rounds online on like Blue Sky and Twitter and like all that stuff. There was a picture, and it's now been debunked. I'm going to throw that out there right away. It's now been debunked. But Death Stranding 2 was nominated for Game of the Year, along with a bunch of other games. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, ended up winning Expedition 33 swept the
Everyone
Game
loved that game. I haven't heard about that game. I looked into it, and I don't think I would be very into it, but it looked kind of cool.
It's an RPG, so I think with RPGs, it's hit or miss. But if you like RPGs, I
have been playing Baldur's Gate in my Nook, Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm making myself get into them.
Yeah, you might like it. So Claire Obscure swept the awards, but the reason that I mention it is that this picture started making its the rounds after of a man that was leaving once the Game of the Year was announced, and people online circled it and said that it was Hideo Kojima, because there was on the video when Death Stranding lost, he kind of like scoffed and did like a okay, yeah, sure, Claire Obscure won. He kind of did like a scoff. So people posted this picture of this man leaving as soon as Claire Obscure won, and they said that it was him. That has since been debunked, but I did think that it was on brand, and it was like kind of like newsworthy and like drama. So I did think that that was worth mentioning on the show. The second
Mhm.
thing that I will mention from the Video Game Awards, because this was a big mystery and people were guessing about it, nobody knew what it was all about, and all of that sort of thing, was there was a big game that was going to be announced during the Game Awards, and people were guessing, is it going to be the new God of War? Is it going to be the new Witcher? And nobody could figure out exactly what it was. And it turns out that it is the new Larian game. Larian is the company who made Baldur's Gate, and
Mhm.
they debuted their new game, Divinity, last night. And the thing that I thought was kind of funny about it is people online, not everybody, but some people online started saying that this game is demonic, and how could they make a game that's like this demonic? Because basically in the trailer, if you watch the trailer to the game, it shows a man be sacrificed and to like a demonic force or something, and it ends up creating havoc during a town's like celebration. This man was like this man was sacrificed, and it's like a Wicker Man type situation, and it ends up conjuring devils and demons and stuff like that. So this is something that I've noticed a lot recently, is that I do think that there has been which I think is dumb, but I do think that
Mhm.
in the past few years there has been more of a return to conservatism and like a satanic panic 2.0, and there's
Ugh.
been more of a return to like religion, especially among a lot of younger people are turning more towards religion. So I did see people online being like, "Oh my god, this game is so demonic. This game is evil. They're conjuring the devil." Something I will point out is
This
that
is like a regression.
it's a regression. And something that I will point out is that every Larian game has had locations like this. They literally made Baldur's Gate 3, which was a Dungeons and Dragons game, and Dungeons and Dragons deals with like orcs and devils. Also, in Baldur's Gate specifically, I was talking to somebody about this earlier. In Baldur's Gate 3 specifically, there's an entire side quest where the devil is literally a devil, Raphael, is literally trying to buy your soul. And in the game, you could do that if you wanted to in the game. But like if you play it the hero way, you can like, no, I will not
Mm.
do that. I will not sell my soul.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
but
this is like goes back forever. Like the choose your own adventure or choose what path you want to take, good or bad. This is nothing new. And also, what about Diablo 4 from last year? Was a
right.
huge game all about the devil. The lady comes back and she's like destroying the land. No
It's
one freaked out about
fantasy.
that.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's fantasy. It's always
this
a
is
devil.
right. This is what Larian does. Larian makes games that deal with basically Larian stuff. Like Larian's first game was a Diablo clone. Like they made a game that
Oh.
was just like that was like Diablo. That was
So
their
you're
first
saying
game.
there's current backlash right now from people about the devil being in a
I
video
saw
game? Who
I
freaking
saw
cares?
I saw people online because they like in the game, in the trailer that they showed, it's a man being sacrificed on this thing they call the Hellstone. And it's
Mhm.
like a giant like statue, and they end up burning this man alive to like sacrifice him, and it releases like ghouls and demons and monsters and stuff like that. And I'm like, have you ever played the people that are upset about this, the people that I saw online being upset about the imagery in this game, I'm like, have you ever played a video game before? It's the
Have you
same.
ever watched a movie
Have you ever watched a
or read a
movie? Have you
book?
ever? Right, exactly. And it's like the people that are offended by this are people that are on Twitter, people that are on Blue Sky, people that are on YouTube that saw this trailer from the Video Game Awards and they were like, "Oh my god, it's so dark, it's so demonic." And I'm like, "It's a fantasy video game. Have you ever played have you not played? I guess there are games about Lord of the Rings, but have you ever watched Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
It's like the same thing, but
Yeah, succumbing to the evil influences. That's what the
right.
story that's like always the struggle for humans in most stories, succumbing to dark thoughts and the
Right. And
and
this
temptation and the
and
devil.
and this game, Divinity, it looks great by the way. I love Baldur's Gate 3. Like if there was that Martin Scorsese meme, cinema. That was
Mm,
like that was Baldur's Gate 3 cinema. And
yeah.
so I personally cannot wait for Divinity. I think it's going to be great. But I think to your point that you were making earlier, I do feel like we've started in the past few years, I think with and I mean this could be like this ends up going into odd politics a little bit. And I know we said we wouldn't get we said I said we said we
Yeah,
wouldn't go
yeah.
there. But I do think that with the current administration and with a lot of the events that have been happening in the last few years, I do think that there has been a regression. And I do think that, and like we've started to see a return of like a lot of like we started making progress. I feel like the society started making progress towards the better. And we started doing things like, I think we started celebrating we started celebrating a lot more people of color. We started celebrating a lot of more people on the LGBT
It became a
areas.
more fair
It became a
playing
more
field.
it became a much more fair, accepting, I think a little nicer of a place to be, the United States specifically. And now in the past few years, I think that there have like it does seem like we're going through a regression. And I think that like
Yeah, that's a
on a
shame.
it is a shame. And I think on a very small level, seeing people complain about a Dungeons and Dragons inspired video game because it's too demonic is crazy. And I'm like, I like,
It's also, I think it's also
it's
the thing,
crazy.
people just want to complain and they'll look for something to complain about. And that is, I think, one of the things that they will choose to complain about. It's like, oh, that's bad. It's not. It's a video game. It's fantasy. But they're okay with other things. They're okay with like murders and other bad things happening to people in entertainment. But the devil, which is like basically magic and fantasy, like
Right.
give me a break. If you're not really upset about this, you just want to be able to complain. Yeah, I
Right.
think it'll blow over though. I think it's just the thing to complain about at the moment. Everyone will forget in 3 months, and the game will do really well, and we'll be talking about something else that they're
Well,
complaining
I
about
I
later.
I will say these same people that are complaining about divinity, these same people that are complaining, a lot of these people who are complaining are the same people that were complaining about Baldur's Gate before it came out. And then they were like, "Oh, Baldur's Gate is going to be so woke. It's going to be the wokest game ever." And now those same people were like, "Oh, Baldur's Gate was great. I love Baldur's Gate." It's
Mm.
like it
The
just keep they
penises
keep
in Baldur's Gate was the funniest thing. I think it's the hardest I've ever laughed when we were playing and I was
uh-huh.
dangling my penis on your shoulder. It was so
It's
funny.
it's
And we
just that
broadcast it on Twitch and it was totally fine and never got in trouble.
we were just playing the game.
They're just playing the penis, playing the game.
We're just playing the game. That's all.
That's it.
That's all you're
The
doing.
game,
That's all you're doing.
aka penis fest.
Mothman said the Satanic Panic never really went away. Yeah, I agree. But I agree with you, Mothman. It never really went away. I think that the religious right, lost. I think they lost ground, and I think that people started to move away from that. And
Mhm.
it is a shame that I don't understand why exactly. I'm sure that there's many different reasons that this is happening, but it does seem like there has been a definite regression. And I'm like, didn't we learn anything? Maybe it's like a generational thing because a lot of younger people are turning to like hardcore Christianity.
Mhm.
And but like it's like they say there's no love like Christian hate. And I think that there's a lot of really loud voices on the
That's all it
far
is.
right.
I'm gonna
And I
intervene
think
there, and I don't think young people are hardcore going to Christianity. I think maybe older people perhaps, but that part is a slight misguided saying.
I don't
We
think
might
so.
just be seeing more young people involved in that because everyone's so vocal.
Statistics
right now
have proven
and
that
on
like
social
they are
media.
going more religious, but not hardcore Christianity to what Tom is saying. So I'm just fact checking Tom is what I'm essentially doing.
But I think that there's a lot of those young people are listening to like Nick Fuentes, and they're all like I think that they're adopting that.
Yeah.
A percentage
that
of people, but that's
ideology.
not the vast majority. Their views have declined over the last couple of years, if anything.
I think it
So
could be
that
the
doesn't
vocal
really prove the
minority.
entire generation of Gen Z are coming hardcore Christians.
No. I don't
But
mean.
also-
I'm just saying proportionately, it's much higher than the generation of past.
I'll
Okay,
just say
fair enough.
I haven't noticed any of this because I think it's where you're looking and what you're focusing on. I don't look at any social media anymore. I sometimes see on Instagram some things from a small little group of people, and that's it. And then on YouTube, I watch my same things over and over. So I'm not exposed to like any social media anymore. So I'm not seeing any of this kind of stuff personally. So maybe it's the algorithm you're in and the stuff you're looking at. But I'm sure it's out there. I'm not denying it happens for sure. And there's people that have that point of view. But like, I'm not losing sleep over it. I think can complain all they want and go away. The game's going to be tight and people will play it and then they'll
Yeah,
stop talking about it.
to spin it all the way back around. Divinity trailer looks great, everybody.
Yeah. Get it to make the uptight people mad.
I think it's going to be. I will say Baldur's Gate 3. I think I checked my time. I have like 500 hours in Baldur's Gate 3.
Wow.
I love
That's
Baldur's
the most
Gate
you've ever played any video game.
Maybe in terms of just sheer time, but I think it's just because the campaign takes so long. Baldur's Gate 3 was great. I even like their other games. They had Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. Those were the games that came out directly before. That's like what got them Baldur's Gate. I thought that those were really good too. I'm very curious to see what Larian does. But those were, I think, the most noteworthy events of the video game awards. And there was like a bit of a mystery. So I felt like it was fair to mention during the show. There was a bit of a mystery as to what that game was going to be, the big reveal, and it turned out to be the new Larian game, which I was excited to see. And nobody jumped on stage this year.
Oh, that's good. No Keith Apocary's there.
Well, there was that kid with the long hair that jumped on stage at a bunch of things. He jumped on stage a few years ago. And somebody jumped on stage last year too. If you want to see the saddest video of Jeff Keighley, I think it was last year. Somebody rushed the stage and just said like Grand Theft Auto 6, and Jeff Keighley just
goes did my
like,
OBS crash?
It did.
Stand by.
We've lost Nathan, everybody. It's just me.
Jamie,
if you want to see
that again, right?
The
virtual camera.
Oh yeah, let me know when you start your camera. Nathan lost his camera, everybody.
My OBS crashed. I had a warning. Okay, I'm recording now. You want to start it? Ready?
Yeah. Clap. 1, 2. We'll clap after 3. 1, 2, 3. Clap.
Wow, that was dead on.
It was close. I think it was dead on. But anyway, Nathan,
we should keep moving though, because I have to go to work.
Oh yeah.
We should get to the next story.
Well, if we go way beyond our goals, Nathan can call it to work, everybody. But otherwise,
on my first night.
Yeah, it's just training. Okay, I think we should do this. This is a big story, so I think that we should do this. I think we should do the Doordash story because that's a big one, and I think we can get a good clip out of it
as well.
Yeah, so I'll lead it in. Nathan.
Yes, Tom.
I'll do it again. Nathan.
Yeah. Yes, Tom.
Did you hear about the Doordash driver that was just arrested in New York?
Yes, but no, because I heard about 3 Doordash stories that all sounded insane. So tell me what the big one is, and maybe I don't know about it.
Okay, this is the big one because this one made huge. It made huge news. It got really big on TikTok. I think I read that the DoorDash driver, herself, her original TikTok got something like 30 million views. But I'll tee up the entire story here. So as the story goes, this DoorDash driver shows up at this man's house. And according to her, or at least according to the original story, she was lured inside by the man who was naked from the waist down, completely inebriated. But according to her, she was lured into the man's house. He was nude from the waist down, and she filmed him and then started making TikToks about it. Now, it seems as if more footage has come out, including Ring camera footage, that shows that her side of the story was actually incorrect. Her name was Olivia Henderson. She was 23. She was making a DoorDash delivery on October 12th to a man's home in Oswego, New York. And apparently what had happened is this man got super drunk. He got back to his house, and for reasons unknown, he decided to take his pants off and lay down on the couch and order DoorDash. And according to this Ring camera footage, which they've now uncovered, She actually opened the door. The instructions were to leave the food outside. She opened the door and filmed the man as he was passed out drunk on his
Oh.
sofa with his pants off.
So
And
the door wasn't open. She opened it.
uh, police have now they haven't released that footage, but police now say that they have Ring camera footage of her opening the door and letting herself into the place to film the naked man who
That
was
means she probably
passed out.
saw him through the window or something to know he was
Some
naked to then want to open the door and film him.
something, but like she recorded it. Basically, she recorded him without his consent. And then, according to the Oswego City police captain, she recorded him without his consent and then subsequently disseminated those videos. And she made a series of TikTok videos about this. And like I said, the first TikTok
Did
that
she
went
show
super,
his naked stuff on the internet?
it was blurred,
Oh, okay.
but she showed him completely
Still
naked.
embarrassing.
Still very embarrassing. And the first TikTok, it got something like 30 million views before it was taken down. And now like you can find that video and it's been
That can
reposted. It's
screw
been
that guy
copied.
over getting a job and stuff.
Yeah, I think that this guy was definitely guilty of poor decision making, but at
But yeah,
no,
nothing illegal. He's in his own house. If
he
he's
was in his
naked,
own,
he's naked. But
and
in his
his
house.
and his instructions were to leave the DoorDash outside. And I think like what
Yeah.
you're saying, she must have like seen through a window or something that he was like naked on his couch somehow. But
Yeah.
she has now she has been she's facing felony charges for this. If she gets convicted, she is going to go to jail for a long time, which is
Well, yeah, this is
crazy.
serious. Like Aladdin in the chat is saying she accused him of luring. That was what my first thought was like, oh, did he leave the door open so she'd see him naked and he wanted to be seen? But based on what you're telling me, what the information is that is out right now, it seems that maybe that's not the case. And she actually she was the one trying to lure herself in there. That's messed up.
According to the report that I read, the door wasn't open. At least according to the report, I think I read this in the New York Post. According to the report that I read, the door was not open at all. She physically opened the door. She entered the man's home without his permission, and then he was just opening the door. He was passed out on the sofa in the living room, without his pants on. And apparently that's the position he was in when he was ordering DoorDash. I've never ordered. I've never thought it's a great idea to get completely drunk, take my pants off, and then order DoorDash. So
well, you're not most people.
I'm not most people, but I don't. That hasn't come out yet as to like what motivated her to open the door and then film him, other than like it's like I think it's like what you're saying. Maybe she saw him through a window or something and then
wanted
decided
to get a TikTok. That's the thing. That's the brain of young people. I had that brain for so long. Still sometimes have to fight it. You see something, it's so hard not to film it and get content out of it. Because everything you see now is like, oh my God, views, clicks, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. That young girl, I'm willing to bet
she thought she was going to get like, yeah.
Oh my God,
20,
this is hilarious. This is crazy.
She's 23.
This guy's naked. I gotta film him. Everyone's gonna go crazy for this. Yeah, she's 23. She's not thinking about the consequences. She's not thinking at all. She's just thinking naked person, film, upload. That's it. So
and
maybe
I mean,
if that's the case, then
to her credit,
that happening.
To her credit, the video that she posted got 30 million views.
Wow.
Which is
of herself breaking and entering.
But like, but she had edited the looking at the footage itself, she had like cut it, so you couldn't tell that she had entered. Like according to her video, if you watched her video, it's just her filming him. She cut the part of her opening the door. So according to her video, if you look at her video, it's her filming this guy naked and then leaving and like vlogging herself of being like, oh my God, that man's naked and ordered DoorDash and like filming her face. But she cut the entire beginning part of it out. But yeah, it's like you're saying, I think she thought she was going to get some content out of it, but
and now
I think
in defense, she's saying, oh, he is SAing me, and that's maybe what she's that's her angle to try to like get out of this.
Well, she
But
she
hey,
claimed that she was
until
lured
we know the
in.
facts, I mean, based on what we're hearing now, it seems like she's the creep. But maybe he's the
Well, I
creep.
mean,
We'll have to see. Is this
well,
ongoing?
this is, I mean, she was just arraigned, and she's like, so that's why I say I do think that like I think that his story is the correct one, because police have that Ring camera footage, and she was the one who, he wasn't charged, she was charged. So if
Yeah.
the police aren't going to, like in a case like this, the police aren't going to charge her unless they have sufficient evidence, and
Yeah.
they've now charged her, and she's gone to court. So yeah,
Wow.
crazy story. I agree with the chat. 11 out of 10 on the odd meter. If you're going to
Well,
order, if you're going to order DoorDash, do it with your pants on so that you don't get filmed and put
you
on
don't go
TikTok later
viral.
on. You don't go, yeah, you
I
don't want to go viral for the wrong reasons.
I will say, when researching thumbnails for this stream, I was looking up this DoorDash girl, and I found two other stories. So I wasn't sure what was the story. Two other stories I found involving DoorDash and crimes.
Yeah,
One was a girl.
What you told me this other one. What's up with DoorDash lately?
DoorDash
What's
is
up?
a magnet for the crime world. The criminals love working for DoorDash. One girl was delivering food to a guy, and he didn't tip her. So there's footage, doorbell footage of her spraying pepper spray on his food because she was mad at him. And then the other story I found, this was uploaded today. Some news channel uploaded this girl who was in a stolen car, and I think she had drugs in the car or something, but she was, either way, she was in a stolen car, and she hit a DoorDash driver. The DoorDash driver pulled his car in front of her so she couldn't drive away because she was trying to leave. And then she was still continuing to try to drive away. He got out of his car, jumped on her hood to prevent her from leaving so he could get her information. And then she drove away. He fell off her car, and he died. And now she's gone. I think she got arrested. There's a mugshot of her, so I'm guessing she got caught. So DoorDash is a crime-ridden company at the moment. So watch out, everyone. Don't order a DoorDash too late at night, because you don't know if you'll get run over or pepper sprayed. Or
I did see that. I did see that video of that's like a common thing. Like I know that's like a thing on the internet. The DoorDash driver or like Uber Eats driver, and like the no tipper scenarios where like they like I have seen videos like that before, and I did see that one where, but like also, you know, tip your delivery driver, you know, at least tip him a couple bucks. But I did see that video of yeah, that was crazy. I was like, wait, what? But yeah, somebody ordered DoorDash, they didn't leave a tip, and the lady sprayed pepper spray all over everything.
Yeah, it's very clear. You can see her taking.
Oh, you can see her. Yeah, you can see her. You can see her just doing it. Yeah.
And then walking away. Her face is very visible. She's screwed. And then the woman who hit the DoorDash driver, also in prison. I think it's just, you know, people aren't happy with DoorDash, the lifestyle of DoorDash employment. And maybe they need to start working some classic delivery jobs like at Pizza Hut, driving the Pizza Hut truck, like in Gleaming the Cube. Great movie. Tony Hawk was a delivery driver. That would be a job I would like to have. Pizza delivery guy. That's a job that I feel like is a classic job, and you can be proud of that job.
That's what you should be as a job. You should be a pizza guy.
I would deliver for Pizza Hut if I get to drive the red Pizza Hut pickup truck with the little Pizza Hut roof on top of the truck, like Tony Hawk drove in Gleaming the Cube. That job I would do. Instead, I'm going to go clean buildings tonight as a janitor, and it's not very glamorous, and there's no cool movies made about that, but maybe they'll make one about me when I start working this job, like mopping the floors.
Yeah, you get to mop the floor and clean the toilets.
I'm planning on just wearing headphones and writing ideas down the whole time I clean. So hopefully I'll get some creative juices flowing while I'm working.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I was going to say, not to spoil your dreams of being a Pizza Hut delivery driver. The problem with delivery drivers now is businesses also got cheaper, and a lot of them have now outsourced. Like a lot of places don't have delivery drivers themselves anymore.
They use
like
DoorDash.
They just use DoorDash, and then like that ends up being like, you know, it ends up being that like that problem of like people complain about the
Yeah.
deliveries, but the business itself isn't hiring delivery drivers anymore because they're cheaping out and they don't want to pay for a
Yeah.
delivery driver anymore. But like the quality of that driver is not like it's just you might get a
Yeah,
good
because
DoorDash person, you
you
might
don't
get a
have
bad
that
DoorDash
uniform
person.
on making you feel like you need to do a good job. When you drive their vehicle, you have the uniform on, you're kind of on the clock more. When it's on your own time in your own car, using your cell phone to get to the places, I think there's a little bit of more lackadaisical behavior involved because it's not as strict. There's no one watching you, you know. I drove
Yeah.
for what was it called?
You were
What
like
was
a
the
like
first delivery driver job? It was not
it was like
Honey. It's
wasn't it like Peapod or something? Didn't you
well, I
like
did
deliver?
Peapod in Massachusetts for Stop and Shop. That was delivering groceries, but I just did the
Mhm.
shopping in the store. I didn't do the deliveries. It was in Yummy. I was a delivery driver for Yummy in Santa Monica back in like 2006. And that job was like delivered groceries. That job was awesome. I went on a date during that job. I delivered to this woman, this 100% French woman in this apartment building right on the ocean. I delivered her Nutella. It was the first time I had Nutella. I brought it to her. She was like, "Oh, hello, how are you?" I was like, "Oh, how's it going?" I was like, "Oh, you're French?" And she was like, "I am." And I was like, "Oh, my brother goes to France all the time. I'm friends with his band, blah, blah, blah." I was talking to her about just Paris and France. And we hit it off. She said, "Come in, you must try some Nutella." And I was like, "Oh, all right." So I had Nutella. I'm saying it wrong. It's Nutella. But
So
I
basically,
hung out with
what
this
you're
woman for
just
like an hour. And then my
what you're
boss
just
was like, "Where have you been?" And I go, "I got lost." But I was sitting on a bed of a French woman and she was feeding me Nutella. That's what I was doing on my delivery job. So
what you
that was
just
in the good old days
what
of
you just
delivering
described
food.
was the plot of many
A
internet.
1980s movie with a
No. What you
teenage
just
boy.
described was the plot of internet porn.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what
That
you
would
did.
be
No, come in. Come.
A Cinemax
Yeah,
feature
no,
film.
Nathan, come in. We've been having Nutella in my bed, and you're like,
Your French
awesome.
accent is horrible.
Yeah, no, we, come
Yeah,
on
there we go. There we go.
in. Yeah, Eiffel Tower, the baguette,
Yep,
we,
yep.
croissant.
Well, it was a great job. I miss it. So maybe I can get another delivery job. But anyway, we should move on because I do have to go to work.
Yeah. Okay, we'll move on to the
Let's
next.
see.
Do you want to choose the
Yeah,
next story then?
yeah, let me pick one that I threw in there.
That was a great French accent, by the way. I nailed it all.
Yeah, it was really good. Um, so this, I don't know. What do you think? I'm gonna do the 2006 Chicago airport recording. I know it's old, but I think it's cool. I never heard about this. I think we could, oh my gosh, thank you, and now.
How many more until Jamie has to sing the Star Spangled Banner? 5? Let's go.
We got 5. We're halfway to the goal, everyone. If we get 5 more super chat donations, then Jamie, our producer from England, has to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh,
the America theme song.
At least make one of them red then, so at least there's a pricey one. At least make it worth it.
Yeah, give Jamie a good fee here.
And you see.
All right, Jamie, I'm gonna do the 2006 Chicago airport one. It's old, but I think it's cool, and I think
that's what your fans say about your videos.
About. Old but cool. That's what they say about me.
It's old, it's cool.
So Jamie, at 16 seconds is when it starts. So yeah, it's a few minutes long. I don't know if I just want to clip like the best parts of the recording. Want me to read the description first, and then we can just try to chop it up into any.
Yeah, give that a go.
We think works. Okay, so I'll read the description which describes this. Tom.
Yes, Nathan.
Have you heard about the now? Let me start that over. Tom.
Yo.
Have you heard about the 2006 Chicago O'Hare International Airport UFO sighting?
I actually haven't, so I am interested.
From Darrigonart.
Oh my gosh, who just did that? Who did what? Who donated?
I don't know. Hold on, I'm checking. I'm checking our. It's from Darrigon Art. $5 direct donation. It says, "Stuff your stockings full of beans, Odd Boys." Thank you very much. We do have a
Thank you.
goal so that we have Odd Boys. This is our first annual Christmas tradition, whatever holiday you celebrate. Holiday season goal. We need to make sure that we're able to eat our Christmas beans. So we do have a goal on Ko-Fi to make sure we can all get our giant tins of Christmas beans. Thank you, Daragon, for
Thank you.
supporting our bean addiction.
Thank you very much. That is Duke. Thank you very much for keeping the show going. $5 direct. All right, so I'm going to restart this. Tom.
Yes.
Have you heard about the 2006 Chicago O'Hare International Airport UFO sighting?
I actually haven't, so I'm curious to hear what you're going to say.
I haven't either, and I'm actually surprised by this because you and I, this is like what we love is we know most UFO sightings. This is from 20 years ago now, basically, and it's pretty fascinating. It's what it is there's a series of recordings from one day from all these, it's audio recordings from air traffic control, pilots, flight crew, all these people who were on the runway saw this UFO, and then they saw it shoot up through the sky. It was a cloudy day in Chicago, and it shot up through the sky, broke through a layer of clouds, and when it went through the clouds, they all described it, and this is like all throughout the day, different people were like, hey, what's this? What's it? When I saw this. So it was verified that it did happen, and they all described it the exact same way. When the thing went through the clouds, it was like a cookie cutter cutting through dough. It like sliced a hole through the clouds when it like disappeared, which is kind of an interesting little description. And it basically says right here, we'll listen to the recording and hear what the people are saying. And it's pretty fascinating. It makes you think like, okay, this is definitely not faked. Unfortunately, there's no footage of this happening, but
there's only audio recordings.
It's only an audio recording. And let me read. A United Airlines ramp employee working near gate C-17 first noticed what happened to be a dark metallic disc-shaped object silently hovering in the sky above the terminal. Believing it might be a balloon or aircraft, he radioed his supervisors. Within minutes, multiple employees were either sent to look or happened to come outside and witness the same object. This was not a passenger report. It was the airline personnel, many with years of aviation experience. The sighting is notable because the credibility and the number of witnesses, those who reported seeing the aircraft included United Airlines pilots, one preparing to departure from gate C-17, at least 2 United supervisors, ramp workers, mechanics in the maintenance department, management level personnel at United, other airport employees scattered around the terminal area. Total credible witnesses is estimated to between 12 and 20 with overlapping sightings.
And this was reported,
remarkable.
It was reported on the news and all that stuff at the time. Like these are all like verified occurrences.
Yeah, after it happened, it kind of blew up. It was in the newspaper, and everyone started talking about it. And then United, the airlines, started to try to bury it, and they said no employees could talk about it. Couldn't even talk about it amongst themselves. They shut it down hard. They didn't want anyone going on about it for whatever reason. But yeah, when the public found out, they like ran with it. Let's listen to the recording. It's only a couple minutes, and it's kind of creepy.
Hear it?
Okay, I'm sorry. What can I do for you now? All right. I told Dave there was a disc flying outside above Charlie 17, and he thought I was pretty much high. But I'm not high, and I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
Someone actually has a picture of it. So if you guys see it out there,
A disc, like a frisbee.
like a UFO type thing.
Yeah, didn't know how to say it.
Yeah. I have a picture
You know,
of it.
a UFO
How
type
high
thing.
above Charlie 17?
Well, it was above our tower. So if you happen to see anything,
You know what? I'll keep a peeled eye for that.
all right.
Okay.
Goodbye.
They feel silly reporting it.
Tower Kid, this is Dave.
Hey, Dave Roger at United Agency.
Yeah, Roger.
I have an interesting one for you, Dave. Here. Some of our employees, I don't know if you heard anything about this, some of our pilots on the ground were reporting a UFO sighting at 1,000 feet from the seaside of the airport. Did you guys hear anything about
You know what? The ramp tower called me, I want to say about 10, 15 minutes ago. We have not seen anything up there.
Okay.
Because she said it was right around gate C-17.
Okay.
But, I mean, and since she called, I've been looking, but we have not seen anything.
Okay.
You know, I mean, If we do, oh well.
Well, no, I was just wondering. Maybe we'll have to give him 2-7 right.
Yeah, I know. Either that or you guys invented
Maybe they
a
also
brand
have
new
swamp
aircraft
gas.
that they didn't know. But no, we have not seen anything, but we will surely keep an eye out, that's for sure.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Never swamp gas.
Ground Gateway 5668, set in the penalty box, ready to go to the Northport. Gateway 5668, you can use Alpha to Northport and use caution for the UFOs. Alpha to Northport, we'll take a look.
Use caution with the UFOs.
United Maintenance 44. Okay, it's 44.
I do like that they have a good like sense of humor about the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds silly. They don't know what to, no one really has a good reaction when they're thrown that suddenly thrown this information. You're
Right.
like, oh, UFO? Wait, what? Oh, you guys are serious? Sure, okay.
You're not joking?
Alright, 44 is going around to Northport. Excellent. You got Eagle and SkyWest over here coming around this way. He's turning in no factory. You really got no other gate holds. Alright, somebody reported a UFO or a flying disc above Charlie Concourse, seriously. Excellent. Yeah. So nobody can see it, but use caution. Alright. And that's pretty much it.
I do like that they're all laughing about it.
Gateway 5668.
What a jolly bunch.
Yeah, look out your window.
See some
Do you
UFOs.
see anything above United's concourse? They actually, believe it or not, they called us and said somebody observed a flying disc about 1,000 feet above the gate Charlie 17. You see anything over there? Not that I can tell. Okay, yeah, I thought
It's
my job
crazy
was
that
stressful.
air traffic control couldn't see, and they're in the tower, but all these other people saw it. Must have
Yeah.
just been the angle, but you think air traffic can see everything.
Unless
That's
they're
the whole
in on
point
the
of being in the tower.
unless they're in on the cover up.
Oh yeah, maybe they're just supposed to be like deny. They saw it right away, and they're like, nope. But that's dangerous. Air traffic would be like, there's an unknown object. Everyone watch out, because there could be a crash if a plane's taking off or landing. So you'd think they wouldn't just do that.
I do wonder what they saw. I mean, it sounds like there's quite a few eyewitnesses here. But if air traffic, like what you're saying, if air traffic control couldn't actually register anything, I am wondering what they saw and where. But I've not heard of this case before, so
I hadn't either. I was just watching my classic UFO clips, and I came across this one. I was like, oh, that's crazy. How did I not hear about this one? So pretty interesting stuff. I would say this is certified odd.
I would say certified. I need to do a little bit more research into this, but it is certified odd.
For sure.
I've got a story up next, Jamie. If you want to do the story about the Jeopardy champion, Nathan, this story is right up your alley.
Oh boy.
And also the chat, many people in the chat and Nathan, this story is right up your alley. Did you hear the story about the former video game YouTuber and Jeopardy champion that was just arrested for secret peeping?
No, wait. I mean, this is up my alley because I like video games, but I don't like secret peeping. What's going on with that?
This guy, I think you may have actually met this individual before. This guy was around during like the SGC days, like old Screw Attack, like Retroware TV. He has a channel. I believe his YouTube channel is called Clan of the Grey Wolf, and he had a show called 16-Bit Gems. He hasn't uploaded an episode in like a decade, but he was fairly popular, and he was in like all of those. He was in a lot of the Game Chaser videos, and he was at like SGC. He was at like in a lot of the Retroware TV people's videos. His name is Philip Joseph DeCina. He's 43, of Raleigh, I believe, Raleigh, South Carolina. And he also, I didn't know this, which is even crazier. He is later on, after his YouTube career, he became a 2-time Jeopardy champion. So he went from being a popular YouTuber, like his trajectory is pretty crazy. He went from being a pretty popular YouTuber, pretty connected, to being a 2-time Jeopardy champion, to being a secret peeper.
I recognize this guy.
Yeah, he was in like a lot of those old videos.
His last video was 10 years ago, was his last upload. And I just came to his channel, and the comment that first pops up is, just had to come peep your content over here. Happy holidays.
Oh, so brutal.
Coming over to his channel, given the news.
I mean, I think nobody should do what he did. So I think if he's getting these type of comments, it's probably well deserved, to be entirely honest. For the story that I read is that he put cameras in a bathroom, and he secretly recorded a woman in a bathroom. He had put like cameras in a bathroom, and he was secretly recording a woman inside of a bathroom. Why would you ever do this? Why would you think that this was a good idea? And why? Why would you?
What location was this? In his house, or?
I believe it was in his home. It was no, I'm reading it now. It was somebody else's home, I believe. So he put a camera in a bathroom and the victim's bedroom. So, and he's been charged with two. He's been charged with two. I also didn't know that this was like an actual law enforcement term, but he's been charged with 2 felony counts of secret peeping. That is the actual charge, is secret peeping. And
peeping. It sounds like a joke.
I mean, he's going to have to, he's going to go to jail. Like they know that he did it. He's going to go to jail, and he's going to have to register. I would assume he's going to have to register as like a sex offender too.
100%.
Why would you do this? Why would you ever think that this was a good idea? And this guy was like, from what I can tell, like he seemed like he was like a put together guy. He had a pretty popular YouTube channel. He then became a Jeopardy champion. Seemed like a professional guy, and turns out he was a pervert.
Wow. Too many perverts out there nowadays.
Yeah. But Jamie, if you want to play the video, we could just run it. But yeah, this just happened this past week. And like when I saw this pop up, I was like, wait a second. I'm like, I know this guy. Where do I know him from? And then I was like, oh, like he had like a retro video game channel a few years back that was popular. And I was like, oh, like he was in
Pat the NES Punk.
Yeah, he did stuff with like Pat the NES Punk. He did stuff with the Game Chasers. He did stuff with all those guys. And he was on the retro
no
TV.
Keith Apicary, thank God.
No, yeah. Yep, no Keith collabs.
A 2-day Jeopardy champion from Raleigh was arrested in Currituck County. Philip DeSana is accused of installing cameras in a victim's bedroom and bathroom in October. Court records show he is charged with 2 counts of felony secret peeping. Last November, won 2 games on Jeopardy. He won more than $46,000. DeSana also competed in the Champions Wild Card Tournament in January.
New tip from Professor Holko.
Hey, thank you for that direct donation. Thank you.
Hey, Professor Holko.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm reading the message. It's for my French accent. Thank you very much, Holko. Oui.
Thank you.
Oui. Brie.
That guy's
46.
I was gonna say that guy's $46,000 winnings from Jeopardy is all gonna get spent on his legal fees now that he's a secret peeper.
Mm-hmm. He spent it all on top secret cameras to install in victims' bedrooms. But yeah, like this was I when I saw his face pop up, I was like, wait a second. I'm like, this is like one of those retro video game guys. And I was like, what is this charge? But yeah, the story was it's crazy. This just happened this past week.
Wow.
Don't
what
do
an
that.
Idiot. And I feel bad for the person he was peeping on. Hopefully they are okay and are not, too traumatized by this.
Don't take photos of, well, I guess this is video, but don't take video of people without their permission. Especially not in the bathroom.
I will say this is not certified odd. This is certified horrible.
Yeah, this is certified. This is certified
scum.
Yeah, certified scumbag right here. Um, yeah, I didn't really know what to say when I saw this. I was like, this is definitely an unusual story. At least I'm glad he didn't hurt anybody. I'm glad that I'm glad they caught him. I don't know how they caught him. I would assume that the victim found the cameras. That they didn't say. I would assume. Yeah, I would
Someone
assume
must
that
have found it and told on the guy.
or she found the camera somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy. Like, what a way to what a way to ruin your life. I'm just trying to imagine that. It's like, okay, this guy had a pretty successful YouTube career, and then he moved on from that. And he had a successful Jeopardy run, and then it ruined his life. The victim's life is like this invasion of privacy is pretty huge. So
yeah,
don't do this type of thing. Don't be a secret peeper.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Banned.
It's not. It's banned. No secret peeping. Okay, do you want to choose the next story?
Yeah, I'll choose second. Jamie, I'm gonna do the teenage dirtbag. It's basically just a YouTube short. I'll do a little intro, and then I guess we can watch it and then use whatever we want from the video. I'll set it up first. Yeah. All right, everyone. All right, Tom.
Yes, Nathan.
Tom, I gotta tell you something. You know how you're obsessed with satanic panic?
I am. I like to make myself aware of the follies of our nation.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was a big problem in the past, and it seems to be maybe making a comeback. Well, here is another story about just that. This is from back in the 80s, but it's a little like uncovered story that I think not a lot of people are aware of. The singer of the band, I don't know if it's All American Rejects, but oh wait, who sings the song? Let me start this over. Who sings this song? I actually no, I'm not even gonna ask that. I'm just gonna say it this way. All right, let's start this over. Hang on, where should we do this? Tom.
Yes, Nathan.
I got some news for you regarding satanic panic, the thing you are very obsessed with.
Just keeping myself in the know, keeping myself aware of my surroundings. I want to make sure that I want to make sure that I'm ready for any paranoid outrage that the country is about to manifest.
Yeah, it was big in the past, and satanic panic is maybe making a comeback. But here's another story related to satanic panic from back in the 80s. This is an unknown little thing, at least to me. It's news to me, and I think it will be to a lot of people. Brendan Brown, the singer of the song Teenage Dirtbag, he wrote that song, and it was based on his friend who was someone who murdered another friend in the woods in the 80s under the brainwash of sort of the devil and satanic panic. This guy killed someone in honor of the devil, and then the singer of the song wrote that song sort of about that friend. And this is him telling that story.
Yeah, I have heard a little. I've heard the short end of this story, but I am interested. So I'm loosely aware of it, but I'm curious to see what this video says about it.
Basically, this guy had a friend who murdered someone, and he used to consider that friend, the murderer, a teenage dirtbag or a dirtbag. That was the term they sort of just used for themselves, for just being into the things that they were into. And that is what the song is about. And this particular dirtbag was a super dirtbag and killed another person in the woods for the devil. Jamie, if you want to play it, we can get all the details.
I am Brendan B. Brown. I'm the singer, songwriter, and guitar player for the band Wheatus.
Wheatus, that's right. It's Wheatus.
And I wrote Teenage Dirtbag. I had always had the question, what is a teenage dirtbag? And I had always given the sort of cheeky answer like, it's somebody who does their own thing, marches to their beat of their own drum, you know, blah, blah, blah. That's not a lie, but tracing the steps back, it was kind of like I kept bumping into this thing. The summer of 1984 on Long Island. It's not happy stuff. I grew up in Northport, Long Island. The town at the time was a sort of like a lobster town on decline, sort of cloistered, but also dangerous. Just kind of learned that you had to watch out for the older kids. I was in more fist fights by the time I was 9 than I could even count. It was that kind of a town. In the summer of 1984, I was just starting to find my musical identity. And same summer, a 17-year-old kid named Ricky Casso, who had lived on my block, lured his friend Gary into the woods, and he stabbed him to death in the name of Satan.
Northport, Long Island, a quiet community rocked by reports a teenager was dragged through these woods toward a late-night ritual of death.
The subject is Satanism.
Casso was into Satanism and rock music associated with devil worship.
He got arrested wearing an AC/DC shirt, and that was my favorite band at the time. I had a tape case full of AC/DC. And here's the Rolling Stone article.
Real quick. As I'm watching it the second time around, I now have like this suspicion that how do we know that this guy actually did? Because the satanic panic was a lot of adults blaming teenagers for killing people and for Satan when they weren't. So what if this guy is another victim of just like, you know, scared adults saying he killed someone for Satan? Maybe he did kill him. This guy, maybe it's proven that he killed the guy, but maybe it wasn't for Satan. And also, what if he didn't actually do this and this is just another person being blamed? I'm now looking at this suspiciously.
Yeah,
we should look into this case maybe of this specific guy to see if it is true, because a lot of teenagers were falsely accused of killing people, like you.
Well, there was that, but also like he could have just said like, I don't know the actual
maybe
like,
this
details
singer
of this
thinks
case.
he killed him for Satan because that's what the news told him. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I wonder if this guy, how close he was or knew this person, how well he knew this guy, and to believe that he did do that for Satan.
And I think that like I know that like, you know, Jamie didn't grow up in America, but like I know, and I think you know that like us growing up in America in the 80s and then the 90s, like I grew up in the 90s, you were a little bit more of the 80s, but like it was like ingrained into us at that time. Like everything talked about satanic panic. Don't that was like and I don't know if it was like this in England, but like during that time period specifically, the 70s, the 80s, into the 90s, every talk show talked about satanic cults operating in small towns in America in secret. And there were a few murders that were attributed to satanic cults and that sort of thing. So this was like a thing that like this guy as a child, I think is what you're saying. This guy as like a 10-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid, a 12-year-old kid, writing this music, hearing the story about this person who allegedly murdered somebody for Satan. I think he would have like heard it, and then he would have saw those shows like Geraldo and Oprah and Sally Jesse Raphael and like the news, and then like hearing all these stories about the satanic panic. I think this could have inspired that song for sure. But I think that he was also probably influenced by all of the media that his young mind was hearing at that time too.
Yeah.
This was a big thing in America.
All I'm saying is, I guess maybe let's take this with a grain of salt, this news reporting on this guy killing, because we know there have been so many false accusations. But for the sake of this video right now, us rewatching this, let's just go along with, I guess he killed this guy for Satan and hear the rest of it.
About the murder. The first time I ever saw the term dirtbag used in its like sort of period correct vernacular is in the Rolling Stone article. Ricky was a dirtbag. He would have been called a dirtbag before the murder. That was like what people
this was the whole inspiration.
And Iron Maiden and all that stuff. That's what they were.
For the story, I guess.
The foundation of the whole entire town and what it meant to be a dirtbag or a metalhead. Suddenly, parents and teachers and cops, priests, everybody wanted to know what was in your tape case. I loved heavy music, and heavy music was supposed to have caused this murder. As a result, I wasn't even allowed to go to Northport High School because like my mother was like, no, I don't know what's going on in this town, but you're not going there. I am Brendan.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It
does go back to that, the satanic. Yeah, it does go back to the satanic panic stuff. I mean, it
Yeah, a
is
lot of
interesting,
stuff
but
is connected to satanic panic. Also, I will say the guy in those pictures that was the murderer and accused of murder didn't look very remorseful, or like the other kids who were falsely accused in the documentary we've seen so much of. They were like shy and quiet into themselves. This guy was like, hey, blah, and his like mug shots, he was like hamming it up. So it doesn't sound like, it seems like someone who was like maybe enjoying the murder. So maybe this guy in particular did do it and wasn't like sorrowful for it. But
well, I mean,
who
this could have
knows?
also a murderer, like, and I don't know the details about this case, but I mean, if you look at somebody like you look at like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, um, murdered a lot of people around this time as well, and Richard Ramirez said that he was murdering for Satan as well. So it's like
Yeah.
this is also it goes both ways. It's like law enforcement can wrongfully arrest somebody just because of how they look, but also then a murderer on the other end, a murderer can say, "Oh, well, that's my defense. I murdered, like I was brainwashed by this heavy metal music." And
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they're using that as their defense so that they don't get the death
Hmm.
penalty or something. So it
Yeah.
does seem like this individual probably had some like it did it they don't yeah, they don't seem very remorseful. It seems like they were just looking for a defense.
Yeah. Sort of. That's how, that's based on those images. That's what it appears to be.
Yeah.
So anyway, certified odd.
Certified satanic.
Yep. Want to do the next
Uh
one?
yeah, I'll do the next one. So
As Tom is looking for that, I want to say hello, everyone. Oompa, what's up? Aladdin, Controller, Daragon, Roomba, Hulk. Hi, everyone. Endren, welcome to the party. Thank you for being here. We're just kind of blasting through the stories because I have to go to work my first shift as a janitor tonight. In 1 hour, I have to leave. So sorry, we're not like hanging and chatting too much in the chat this evening. We have a bunch of stuff we're planning for the future for the end of the year to jam this channel with content and streams. So we'll be back, but I'm sorry we're blasting through this evening.
but if you would like to support the show, we do have a end of the year Ko-Fi goal, which will give us a little beans in our stocking stuffers. Then we have a super chat goal tonight where Mr. Jamie Foster will give us his rousing rendition of the national anthem of America.
Yeah, if we get 5 more super chats of any amount, Jamie will sing. So he'll attempt to sing the Star Spangled Banner. We're at 5 out of 10. Let's keep it going. And then if we do get enough support eventually, then I can retire from my janitor job, hopefully after only a week of work.
Well, we're waiting to see if like Markiplier or like Mr. Beast comes by. And then if they come if they come by, then Nathan doesn't have to go to his janitor. If they put their stamp of approval on the show.
Not gonna happen. If anything, they'll see the Dad movie when I shoot that next year, and then that will maybe change my life.
True.
Yeah,
let's talk about
the movie in a theater right now.
Oh yeah, should we talk about? I meant to add that in. Did you see the trailer for that? What do you? We should mention it because that's big news. Did you see the trailer for Iron Lung? And Jamie, you could. I know that Jamie's a fan as well. We should weigh in on this because this is a big thing. So for anybody who isn't aware, Iron Lung was a independent horror game. Was it David Zemansky? I think I think he's the creator of it. He's done a bunch of horror games. He did the Dusk games that are it's like a Doom shooter type game as well. They're really good. But he had an indie game called Iron Lung that came out a few years ago, and it's basically you pilot a submarine on the moon in a blood ocean. I'm pretty sure is the plot of the game because humanity has been wiped out, and so you have to like you're piloting this submarine in a blood ocean, and that's essentially the plot of the game. And Markiplier, the very famous YouTuber Markiplier, played the game on his YouTube channel a couple of years ago, and I haven't heard Mark talk about this personally. I don't watch that many Markiplier videos. I like Markiplier. Don't get me wrong. I like Markiplier. I think, and I've watched a lot of his stuff. I think he's an entertaining guy. Apparently, he liked the game enough that he decided to self-finance a Iron Lung movie, and it comes out in theaters next month.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
I think it's out now. I think it's out in some places right now.
Oh, is it already
I
out?
don't believe
some
it's out
theaters.
now. I believe it's out in January 30th.
Well,
Okay, yeah. So
I saw a thing he posted on his Instagram story that I guess he was just listing the theaters it will be.
He is
in,
listed.
and
More
then-
theaters are being added each day, so that is probably
There we
what
go.
he's talking about.
Okay.
There is more and more theaters that are going to premiere the movie on the 30th of January.
Okay. I watched
So-
the trailer.
what'd you think
It
about
looks
it?
like okay. To me, I'm like a real nitpicker though. I looked at it and I know it's independent, totally cool. I think people should just do what they can with the budget they have. And I think he self-funded it, which he does a lot of his stuff. He does those like elaborate series on his channel and shorts and films and stuff, and they look great. To when I watched this, I looked at it as, oh, that's a painted set. They built this room and I see the paint on the wall that's supposed to look like an old dingy submarine. It looked theatrical, like a theater, like a play. You know, when you're looking at like a set wall, I saw it as that. I saw the prop hoses and I was like, okay, this looks like not
Low
a real
budget, I
submarine.
guess.
And my brain just instantly went to that. That was my first thing. I was like, okay, it's independent. That's still cool. It's still cool. It's coming out in theaters. And that is all I could focus on. And I feel bad saying that because I'm not, it's probably great. And it's probably, I never played the game. I know he loves horror games and he probably knows the game inside and out. So he's a perfect person to write and star in this thing. But
And he's directed it,
didn't
too.
look like it was
He's directed
for
it
me.
too as well. I think
he
as
did
well.
everything. Yeah, which is awesome.
I think he did it all.
It's not really my kind of thing. I don't think watching it, looking at what I saw, but I hope it does really well because then it's just a good thing for independent cinema and independent creators. And then screw the studios, do it yourself. And I think that's what I'm more intrigued by and interested in is him doing this by himself and getting it in theaters. I think it's really cool of him and it's impressive and he worked really hard and he deserves it to do well. But I personally don't think I would really enjoy this type of a horror film.
Did you know?
Look, there's a difference between when I look at that trailer and then I watch
Uh-huh.
another YouTuber's movie, which was Bring Her Back, the Raka Raka guys. That is like hands down, that's just a film, full on, full budget. Like it just looks amazing, and I don't think
But that
okay,
was
this
fine.
is
But
like
that
a
was
bunch of
fine. But that
YouTubers
was
making
financed
this.
through. But that was financed through a production company through like
A24
And I
or
also want to
Neon
clarify as well,
or
Raka
something.
Raka were filmmakers while being YouTubers. Markiplier has only become a filmmaker the last 3 years. Raka Raka were always filmmakers. In fact, they
I
went
didn't
viral
know
on
that.
Facebook pretending to fake viral videos. I remember one of their very first ones was about a knife that accidentally goes into their friend's head, and it was a fake video that went on viral on Facebook, and they made more. They were always filming actual stuff with shots and action. If you actually go and watch Raka Raka from 10 years ago, they have had nearly 15 years of fighting experience on camera and action shots. So they have had way more experience than Markiplier has.
So they're not really like YouTubers turned filmmakers.
They're kind of like
finally
filmmakers
made
that
it.
just happen to be on YouTube, and now they finally got their big break.
Kind
I
of
mean,
like
I think
me.
that well, I mean, but yeah, but like
I'm
you've
just kidding.
always been a filmmaker who happened to be a YouTuber. I think that Raka Raka was kind of the same
Yeah.
way.
I do YouTube stuff in my spare time to keep myself busy, but the real main dream has always been like acting on TV shows and filming not high budget because I don't have a high budget, but like neutral and Milford. I feel look good. It doesn't look like, you know, a YouTuber with a good camera and a bunch of friends, you know, in a room filming. That I got a little bit of that from the Iron Lung, but I might be the only one. You guys should watch it and tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, if it maybe looks totally legit to you guys.
I think my takeaway from the Iron Lung trailer, I'm very curious. So first of all, I will say congratulations, Mark. And I think that it's awesome that like he could go from being a Let's Play YouTuber who was clearly very passionate about horror media and horror games and he took this kind of like slightly obscure indie horror game and he liked it so much that I read a statistic that he put $4 million into it. I was like, he must really believe in this project if he's going to sink $4 million into it of his own money. And but congratulations, Mark. And I hope that the movie turns out to be good. I got a little bit of what you're saying, not as much maybe, but I got a little bit of it felt uh campy a little bit, but I think that
There's
might.
also I was just saying, to add to the what we're saying is like it maybe feels a little low budget. It's when there's a lot of shots in something, maybe it's just a trailer, maybe they showed a lot of these. When it's a shot of something zoomed in, and it's like, say you're like zooming in on this pen, and only the pen's in focus, and everything else is out of focus, and they're using, depth of field really heavily. That can come across, in my opinion, as, oh, we're trying to make it look as beautiful as we can to make it look like a real movie, because real movies zoom in on things and keep them in focus with other stuff out of focus. It felt a little bit like zooming in on all these buttons and the rack focusing, and it's just like, it looks like what you try to do when you want your movie to look good. And not every shot has to be this beautiful glamour shot. You know what I mean? And that trailer had a
Yeah.
lot of that.
I mean, it was also just a trailer. Yeah, I think you're just I think a little bit of overthinking it. I'm gonna reserve judgment, obviously, for like I'm gonna see it because I do like Markiplier and I think he's entertaining. And I want to see what he did with like, okay, I'm like, he spent millions of dollars on this. I want to see what he did. I also like the Iron Lung. I played it once a long time ago, and I'll probably play it again before the movie comes out. It's a fairly short experience. So I'm very curious to see what he does with it. Also, apparently, it set the record for the most blood used on screen during a horror movie. The previous
Really?
record holder, yeah, the previous record holder was Evil Dead 2013, and this beat that movie. So this is technically the most stage blood ever used in a movie.
Wow.
So,
That's impressive.
but yeah, I'm very curious. I'm going in. I think if you go in with super high expectations, you might be let down. So I'm gonna go in with like an open mind. I'm gonna try to like.
Just watch it for what it is.
I'm gonna watch it for what it is. I think it's going to lean. If I had to like jump to a conclusion from the trailer, I think it seems like a low budget horror movie, which it is. And not that that's a bad thing, but I think anytime you do something that's like, I'm like, this is a very ambitious thing to do as a low budget horror movie too, because it's literally, it's a submarine that's in a blood ocean. So, but I can also see where he was, what his thinking was, because it's just it's a single location. It's one actor in a single location. So, but the only danger with this type of thing is that the entire movie it hinges on Mark's performance. And I don't,
and the
I
writing,
like, and the writing
to keep it entertaining and keep us interested the whole way through.
And I like Mark, but I've never seen him. I've never seen him like, I've seen his Let's Plays, and I didn't watch that show that he did. What was the show, Jamie? Was it Edge of Sleep or something? He had a show that he was on a couple of years ago.
I can find the name, but yeah, he did a few
something
stuff
like that. He did a few things. I've never seen him acting. I've only seen Mark being Mark, so I'm very curious to see what his acting looks like, because I've never seen it.
Do you remember the video I think we sent? He did there was a cartoon. He did a narration, I think, at one point. That animation.
I don't remember.
I think we showed him a bit ago because he did a couple of he did a heist with Markiplier, but that was more goofy. But I'm pretty sure I showed you an animated thing where he was a bit more.
I don't remember the animated thing. I remember Heist with Markiplier, but that was more like just Mark being Mark.
Yeah,
like he was kind of doing. He was kind of doing. He was doing like the Markiplier voice, the "Hello, I'm Markiplier." Like he was like doing that voice the entire time. I think it's great that it's great that he made the movie, and I'm very curious to see what he does with it.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing for independent cinema and also YouTubers turned filmmaking, because
personally, and then
myself,
I'm looking coming up with a movie.
Kane Pixels, he did A24, and that guy who just did Shelby Oaks, and then if you want to count the Raka guys, there's a lot of, and then I know Alex Kister from the Mandela catalog is working on a movie. I read his script, it's good for
Oh
his
yeah,
feature film.
he's shopping a Mandela catalog movie, right? Like he's trying to get it made.
And I think
yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything or say what I shouldn't say, but I've been messaging with him a bunch, and he sent me a script, and I gave him my notes for whatever they're worth, and he, I think, has found someone now that will put it out and help him shoot this. So there's a lot of momentum for YouTubers turned horror, specifically horror directors, and which is exactly what I need. And I want people to be open-minded to that. So when I put out the dad movie, be like, hey, this is a YouTuber that like sort of was in the beginning of this liminal space movement, wants to put this feature out. Hopefully people more be like, oh cool, another YouTuber with another horror thing, let's do it. That's the fad right now, that's the thing. And maybe it'll help me sell the dad movie as a feature to some production company later or studio later. But yeah, so thank you Markiplier for adding another one to the list of getting making it okay for YouTubers to make scary cinema.
I'm gonna see it. I want to see it in a cinema too, because I feel like that is where it's playing in most cities somewhere. I know it's not like a full nationwide release, but in most cities it's playing somewhere. I do want to see it in a theater because I feel like that's probably the best way to see it. It's the best way to see any film is in a theater. So if you have that available to you, please go support independent. Plus, like with the movie stuff happening now, I guess we could pivot. I guess we could use this story after. I don't know if Jamie wanted to show us that video of was this the video that you were trying to
yeah, but I'm not sure I could. I mean, I guess I could skim through it. I was gonna try and find a part, but I don't really know if there's a part where I can fully get. I guess I'll just quickly see, and then we just skip on, yeah.
This is the animation that he did.
So yeah, for a bit of context, this is an animation he did. He got an artist to hire, but I believe he narrated this too. I think I remember showing you this. Maybe you'll remember it more because I said it was very Alan Wake inspired.
Alan Wake?
Alan Wake, yes. But,
Alan Woke?
Find any parts where he's...
Oh yeah, I have a vague recollection of this now.
Don't slam the door, Damien.
If I want to slam the damn door, I'll slam it.
I think it's towards
Nathan getting home from work.
Yeah, there you go.
Shouldn't be long now.
Slam the damn door, I'll slam it.
Or there's still a few more weeks of winter left.
Pointing fingers at the wrong people, and a good night with some good friends may have taken a wrong turn at some point. And okay, I may have made a deal to possibly make sure that a certain lady couldn't go around breaking anyone else's heart ever again.
I think voiceover, that's the part experience where he's probably is strongest at. It's just whether or not he can obviously translate that into body performance too.
Yeah.
Especially with doing everything else in the movie as well.
Yes,
like he's directing and he's like writing and he's gonna act.
That's
in
hard.
It's hard, but also like I don't know how
acting
much
is always the last thing you focus on.
Right.
Personally, that's why I'm gonna have Seth help me a lot with the directing on the dad movie, because Neutral, I was like, oh my god, I haven't even practiced my lines because I'm picking these shots and thinking about these stunts and the edit, and I'm thinking about the edit and how where's the sun? Okay, the sun has to be over here. We have to turn the car this way. So for him, on a big budget like that, the stress levels must have been really high if he's doing.
It's
all
also
those things.
his money, and he's like, if this movie tanks, I'm going to lose all of this money.
Yeah, I
don't know.
So maybe it doesn't matter.
I think Mark is well off, but it's still like. If you put up that many millions of dollars and then you lose all that money, it's still gonna be. He's not Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, true.
It's still a big hit. Well, we should congratulations again, Mark. Where everybody, please go see the Markiplier movie Iron Lung. We should pivot to Paramount. So because this is very important. You should support cinema because cinema might go away. If Netflix has its way, cinema might go away. But we should talk about Paramount. This is Super Smash Brothers now. A new challenger approaches. Or I guess an old challenger, but this is the Super Smash Brothers moment. Paramount has created a hostile takeover bid. They are trying to stop the Netflix takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery HBO Max. Did you hear
I
about
hope
this,
it
Nathan?
works. I did hear about it. I'm listening to this all the time as an actor in the Screen Actors Guild. I am very intrigued and concerned with this because I like going to the movie theater, and I think that what this will lead to inevitably is Netflix shutting down movie theaters because the CEO said more people like watching movies at home. Yes, maybe the numbers show that, but there are still people who like to go to the theater, so you can't just shut it down because you don't, it's a business move for you and you don't think you're going to earn as much money. You'd rather just shut down theaters, which is, in my opinion, what their intention is to do. So I hope it doesn't go through because I really want people to still have, I want the ability to go to a movie theater still. And it's a better place to watch movies, in my opinion. I love going out. It's a whole fun experience watching a film in a theater. I don't want to be home all the time. Stop it, Netflix. You're bad, naughty.
So I have a few thoughts about
us.
I agree with you. So first of all, I don't think the Paramount's the only choice right now. I still don't think it's a great choice, but I think it's the only choice besides Netflix.
Yeah, it seems like
Stepping in
Ginger
at the
Bear is
moment.
saying Paramount is Trump because Paramount funding is from his son-in-law. Is that
I was
true?
gonna bring that up, but I was gonna let Tom talk about it
not good.
first. Yeah. What I will say, it is actually terrible when Netflix is actually the better choice in this situation.
Wow,
that's how bad Paramount is. Yeah. But anyway, I'll let Tom continue. But yeah.
So I mean, there's that. So there's where the funding is actually coming from. The other thing that, and so I've got a few different thoughts about this, and I think that part of the movie industry's problems, and this is like maybe a little bit of a separate thing. First of all, I agree with you. I love going to the movies. I prefer the movie going experience. If whenever possible, I do like to go to the movies. I will say though, I'm lucky to be in a city that has a ton of independent cinemas where I can go to a movie for $7, $8, $9. But I also know that there are other cities like you're in LA. And I know for a fact that most movie theaters in LA, unless you go on like a discount day or something, it's like $20 a ticket. And if you've got a family, if you've got say you've got a family of 4, you've got mother, you, a couple of kids, you go to the movies, that's $80. Plus you're getting snacks. Plus like, you've got kids
Plus
going to the bathroom and all, plus parking because LA there's no parking.
LA to pay to park everywhere. Well, there's where I go, there's free parking. But also I will say I have the AMC movie pass where I can just see it's like $100-something for the year. I forget, it's something really good deal. And I basically see movies at a very discounted rate. And I just make sure I go to the movies to make it worthwhile.
But not everybody does. And like Ginger Bear in the chat says it's $25 now, $28 for IMAX. I think that a lot of the movie industry's problems are like, and this is coming from somebody who loves going to the movies, and I'm lucky that there's a lot of independent cinemas near me that I can go to the movies and it's like $7 or $8 and I can still go to the movies and it's really affordable. But I also understand that like Netflix, the Netflix being the more attractive option for a lot of these studios to partner with, it's because people can't afford to go to the movies anymore. And like a part of that is,
well, that's a whole other
self-inflicted
conversation.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole,
they're basically the government and all these companies and corporations are screwing people over, and we can't afford anything. And then they're forcing us to have to stay home. And then they go, oh, well, we're going to close theaters anyways because no one's going to them. Well, you made us not go to them because now we can't afford anything. You're not helping us with the economy here at all. So yeah.
Well, yes and no, but also yes and no, but also it's been like proven that like charging $25 a ticket plus that if you're bringing a family of 4 to the movies and it costs you $200 to get snacks and tickets and parking, like what are you going to do? Are you going to watch a movie? Are you going to watch a movie on Netflix where you can go to the bathroom, you can make food at home, and you're paying $15, $16 for a month of Netflix? You can pause it.
Yeah.
So I totally understand that for a majority of people, it doesn't make sense to go to the movies anymore because you can't like yes, the economy is in the toilet, and wages haven't kept up with inflation, but also a theater like AMC, a $25 ticket to AMC, if you've got a family, you can't afford to go to the movies because the ticket prices, the snack prices, the parking prices. like, why would you spend, like, you wouldn't spend $200 to go to the movies. Like, why would you when you could just spend
Yeah.
$17 to get Netflix? Um, but I also love going to the theater as well. So I do really hope that cinema does not go away. But I do feel like
Yeah.
cinema
It's gonna be all
cinema the
independent cinemas at some point.
it's going to be independent cinemas, and I think this elimination of places, third spaces, like not being able to go to the movies where you have everything in a communal setting, like coffee shops not having like comfortable seating, like there aren't places for people to commune anymore. So the world is getting, I feel like the world is becoming a lonelier place because
Yeah.
you're retreating to your home. But it's like, how do you fix that? And it's like, I feel like a lot of this stuff is already too far gone. A lot of it's too far broken. And it's very sad when you see cinema. I don't think that cinema is dying exactly. I think that cinema is evolving into something else. And I
Yeah, I don't
think
think
that
it's
the
dying
thing,
either because there's more movies being made and there's a lot cooler movies being made now
but it's
too.
like they're going to Apple. Like some of my favorite media of the last few years. I loved Severance on Apple TV,
Mhm.
and I loved Stranger Things, which was on Netflix. And I'm like, I'm like, those were like my favorite experiences of like media of the past couple of years. And like, it's very sad that those things aren't just like a movie. But
Yeah.
it's like that is just kind of like cinema's evolving, and it's like I feel
Well, that's
like
the thing.
a
A
lot of
lot of
yeah.
TV series have become the new home for A-list celebrities. A-list celebrities, which
Yep.
who never did TV in the past, are now doing a limited series or a season of a TV show as a film. Movies are just becoming 10 episodes for through Apple or Netflix, and I can't complain. I do like it. I like long form content. And I love a lot of these shows I've been watching for the past 5 years, but I would always prefer to go to the cinema. I think it's just going to become certain types of movies go to the theater, and then eventually it's just going to be independent theaters that play them. And it's going to be more of a niche crowd, I think, unfortunately, because the way everything is
Yeah.
going with the economy and then some, it's like a bigger picture thing, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's sad. I mean, yeah, it's like you said, like I love going to the movies, and I don't want that experience to go away, but I do feel like the cinema itself, I think that the theaters that stick around, I think that the first loss event, like I'm thinking like 10, 20 years down the line, I think the places that will close are going to be like AMC or Regal,
Yeah.
like all of these like big chain multiplexes. I think that they'll close. But I do think that those independent theaters that have been around for 100 years, 80 years, 50 years, I think that they'll stick around and they'll keep just showing classics, and they'll show independent,
Yeah.
like movies like Iron Lung. I think that they'll show
Places like
movies like that.
ArcLight will be the places you go see films.
Yeah. But
Quentin
very
Tarantino,
interesting.
the Alamo Drafthouse. The Drafthouse will still be a thing, and that'll be for moviegoers.
Exactly. Like it'll be more of a thing for like a true, like it'll be like more of a cinephile crowd,
Yeah.
which is
And
like
that's you'll still be able to go see movies, which would be cool, but it will be sad that I love the big Regal theaters. I love getting the giant soda and the popcorn. Katie, every single time, has to get popcorn. She can't not. So like it's a whole experience,
popcorn, movie
and
theater
a lot
popcorn's
of
the
times
best.
we buy the blankets. We bought the three Minecraft blankets. We bought another blanket. We get all that crap in the movie theater because it's like fun. So it's going to be sad if it changes because I like the big chain theaters. But times change.
Also,
and you just got to roll with it.
If we lose those theaters, we'll no longer get interviews with Tom Cruise. Have you ever seen? It's one of the things that I love to watch. Have you ever seen those interviews with Tom Cruise where like there's so many of them because it's super funny to hear his answers. But interviewers ask Tom Cruise what snacks he likes to eat at the movies or whatever, and
Oh, really?
everything. But have you ever seen those videos? And he goes, oh, he's like, I just love this, going into the theater with all my buddies on opening night and just getting a big old bucket of popcorn. He's like, and maybe I'll mix some chocolate in there or some licorice. But like, he sounds like he's had this answer. Like, I'm like, Tom Cruise isn't going to the movies with his
how
friends.
to appear more human is what he's doing.
Right. It's like he went into Chat GPT and said like, what do I do to sound like I am a human being still? But like Tom Cruise, I actually like Tom Cruise and his take on the. He wants people to go to the movies, so he always like hypes up. He always hypes up. Like I watched this one interview. It's so funny. The guy was like, oh, you know what I like eating? And he's like, what do you like eating at the movies? He goes, I like having some Doritos. And he's like, ooh, spicy chips. He's like, ooh, I like spicy chips. But like, it's so like, he just agreed with the guy. Cause the guy was like, ooh, I like Doritos when I'm at the movies. And he's like, ooh, I like spicy chips too. Yeah. Spicy chips. But I love watching Tom Cruise talk about being relatable. There's so many clips of him talking about eating popcorn at the movies. If you just go on YouTube, everybody in the chat.
Maybe he does.
It's so fun. But
he's telling the truth, but it sounds like he's like lying.
But when he talks about it, he's always like, oh yeah, I go. He's like, me and all my buddies, we go to the movies. He's like, and I go in, sit in the back row so nobody sees me. He's like, but me and all my buddies at the movies. He's like, and I have my bucket of popcorn. And I'm like, first of all, Tom Cruise doesn't have any. Like, I don't think that he's going to the movies with that. Like, I don't think people hang. I don't think that he hangs out with anybody. I think Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise.
He's very much a solo person, in my opinion.
I think he is a movie making machine. And I've seen other interviews with Tom Cruise where they ask him what he does in his day, and he like works out and does all this stuff, but he watches at least one movie a day, and he watches scenes from movies that he likes throughout the course of the day. So I think that all Tom Cruise does is work out, work on movies, and watch movies. And I think he does it all from his house. I also don't think that he eats popcorn. But it is very funny to hear him talk about the snacks that he eats at the movies. It's really funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Good old Tom Cruise. He's just like us, you know?
He's just like us. He sneaks into the movies with all of his buddies on opening night, gets in the back row, gets his big old bucket of popcorn. Or have you ever seen the video? Have you seen the video of him? I saw some other video. He was on some late show.
We should keep moving. We can't talk about
No. We just talked about Tom Cruise eating
popcorn.
Talk about Tom Cruise eating popcorn
for my janitor job.
All right. Do you want to take the next story?
Yeah, let's talk about the Massachusetts murder guy, Jamie. This top one. This is good for you and me, Tom, since we're from Massachusetts.
We're not murderers.
We're not murderers. This guy is, we think. All right, want me to do a little intro and then we can play it, I guess, after that? Tom, I got a question for you.
Yes, Nathan.
You're from Massachusetts. I'm from Massachusetts. Have you ever murdered someone?
You be the judge.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a maybe, but I'll tell you what is maybe a harder maybe is this man from Massachusetts whose wife disappeared years ago, and he's now coming under fire for her disappearance. And because of his sketchy past, things are emerging. This guy possibly murdered his wife. She's never been found, and he's in court like right now. This is an ongoing thing. He had all these fraud things come up. He was like selling other people's property and doing these like sketchy money schemes, and it has brought attention on him. And the call he made to 911 saying, oh, I haven't, or to someone saying, oh, I haven't seen my wife in a while. Have you heard her from her? Oh, she's probably okay.
Super incriminating.
So now everyone's like, okay, this is weird because you are doing all these other sketchy things. So your wife who disappeared might be you. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's ongoing right now. If we want to watch this clip, we can get all the details.
Outside Boston tonight, the husband on trial in the murder of his wife and mother of three. You will hear a phone call made by that husband in the days after she disappeared. It was played in court. And on the stand, a man that wife had started a relationship with. Here's Rhiannon Alley tonight.
Tonight, jurors hearing from the boyfriend of Anna Walsh, the Massachusetts wife and mother who went missing nearly 3 years ago. Her husband, Brian Walsh, charged with murdering her on New Year's Day in 2023. William Fastow testifying he and Anna began an extramarital affair shortly after he sold her a townhouse in Washington, D.C. in March 2022. Fastow saying the two spent Christmas Eve together that year. The next day on Christmas, Fastow says Anna returned to her family home outside of Boston. Fastow recalling the last time he says he heard from Anna.
I received a text message from Anna It was a Happy New Year's message right around the
This man has
stroke of
uneven eyebrows.
Oh God, he needs to go see somebody. He needs to see a professional.
It's kind of like one of them is significantly lower than the other, or higher. The other one's higher than the other. It's kind of like hard, like it's mesmerizing to look at him.
His eyebrows might have been deformed in a violent struggle when someone might have been being murdered.
4th, Fastow says Anna's husband called twice, leaving this voicemail that prosecutors played in court.
Anna hasn't been in touch for a few days, so just wondering if you've spoken to her in the near, recently. Sorry to bother you. Sure, everything's fine.
Lawyers for Anna's husband have argued that she died of sudden, unexplained death and that he panicked. Anna's remains have never been found. Prosecutors have claimed Brian killed her because of that affair. But in court today, lawyers for her husband argued he did not know about the affair and Anna had no plans to tell him about it.
She never told you,
I got a question. So if the husband never knew she was cheating on him with this guy, the boyfriend, why did he call the boyfriend and be like, hey, have you seen her? It sounded like he was calling her because he knew they were together sometimes. Maybe we don't have all the information, but that's a little weird.
Yeah, without knowing, this is the first time I've heard about this because this is more like regional news. I think you're still cued in on what's happening in Massachusetts. Apparently, this is WCVB Boston.
I'm getting a ton of Massachusetts murder stories recommended to me because of the things because I'm watching because of this show. Because of Odd Boys, I'm getting murder suggestions left and right, and they're always in New England. So everyone stay away from New England for the time being.
But without knowing the full details of this case, it sounds like the husband knew about the affair. It sounds like he knew that she was with this guy at some point. And it sounds to me, without knowing where the story is going to go, it sounds to me like he was trying to implicate this guy in her disappearance by being like, hey, knowing that this would have been like.
He was trying to make himself look innocent and leave a voicemail that would say, oh, I don't know where she is. It's probably fine. See, I didn't do it. I don't know where she is.
Right. I haven't seen my wife in a couple of days. You haven't seen her, have you? I know that you've been seeing her lately.
Because you have sex with my wife.
Right. It seems like in not so many words, he was trying to pass the buck onto this guy.
Yeah.
Will, I'm going to blow up my marriage and come be with you. She never told you that.
That is correct.
David, court resumes tomorrow, and Brian Walsh faces life in prison if he's convicted of the first-degree murder of his wife. David?
Rhiannon Alley reporting on this.
But there's no body, they said. So how they can convict him of murder if they don't have a body to prove she's dead? What if she just left and she's disappeared? What if she just ran away from both of these guys?
I mean, I'm sure at some point they'll either find a body or I think you can make a reasonable assumption.
Years.
Yeah, it's like you can make a reasonable assumption that I think if somebody's even without a body, I think that they'll go through the forensic evidence. They'll probably go through like a phone forensics type thing. If they can ping his phone in the woods or something, they'll build a case if they think that it's him. And I'm sure I feel, without knowing the details of this case, because this happens a lot too, where they'll offer a plea deal, rather than getting the death penalty, this guy could get a plea deal where if he just tells the investigators where the body is, he'll get 20 years in prison or something. So, which is still super sad. And it sucks that anybody would ever go to this extreme. I will put it out there. If you're unhappy in your relationship, you should just leave. And it sounds, and this guy had a psychotic response to his wife cheating on him.
Also, Controller.
This whole situation is bad.
Controller in the chat has a good point. Waiting 3 whole days when your wife is missing is pretty sus. To call back, hey, exactly. Have you seen my wife? Or, it's been 3 days. I haven't seen her. If I hadn't seen my wife in a couple hours, I'd be like, where the heck did you go? Hey, and I'd start asking around. So that he's trying to act casual about it, it seems. And because maybe if he thought if he overdoes it and over panics, he'll look guilty, like he's setting up his alibi. But I think we should watch this other video that gives a little more context with this guy, and we can form our opinion on him and what he's been up to. Jamie, if you want to play the other clip, we can see what they're saying.
And Erica, we learned a lot about Brian Walsh through court records, leading us to learn about his fake Andy Warhol paintings, a sociopath diagnosis, and a stolen will.
Oh, come on. He's definitely a murderer. So he's got a diagnosis of being a sociopath. So a sociopath is like many serial killers have like sociopathic not everybody that has a sociopathic diagnosis is a killer, but like many serial killers and murderers have a sociopathic diagnosis.
Yeah.
And just from this thing, he was selling phony Andy Warhol paintings too.
Yeah, he's a scumbag. He's up to no good. So this helps us paint the picture. They're definitely going to use this against him in the case.
Oh yeah.
Almost genius about how he went about things.
That's one description of Brian Walsh from the owner of the largest Andy Warhol gallery in the world. Walsh was charged with selling him 2 fake paintings. Just one chapter in the saga of the Cohasset man's life.
Perhaps it was a misunderstanding.
This is another one. Walsh appearing at a virtual probate court hearing in April 2023 over the estate of his late father, Dr. Thomas Walsh. Brian was accused of going into his estranged father's Hull home, selling his art, rugs, jewelry, and car, and attempting to sell the home itself. His brother said he withdrew significant funds from their father's estate without accounting for them, and allegedly destroyed his father's will. A friend of Dr. Walsh took a picture of that will before it vanished. It reads, "I hereby bequeath to Brian R. Walsh my best wishes, but nothing else from my estate." That same friend
dad left
also
him nothing. He probably went off the hinge. He's like, okay, screw you, Dad. I'm just stealing everything.
I mean, yeah, it's still not great. Like, I think if you're a parent, it's reasonable to I think as a child expect that, when your parents pass that they'll leave you something. Like, it's crummy that this guy wasn't left anything. However, if your parents choose to not leave you in their will, it's not normal behavior to break into the family estate and just start taking money and things and paintings and start selling them. That was not a very normal response either.
Nope. Yeah, this guy
did had other problems, writing in court papers that Brian had been a long-term patient at Austin Riggs Center Psychiatric Hospital. He was diagnosed as a sociopath, and this would never change. The case over his father's estate
I'm starting to think he might be guilty.
But in the art fraud case, friends and family painted yet another picture of Walsh, giving clues about a troubled childhood. Brian's wife, Anna, wrote to the judge asking for leniency, saying Brian was told he was a loser and that his parents should not have had him, that he had no chances of making anything of himself in life, and that he was a lost cause. Walsh himself wrote about
the story is so sad all the way around. Like, there's no winners here. It's like his life was sad. His wife presumably has been murdered, so like that's sad. Also, like the guy that she was going to. Allegedly,
the boyfriend.
She was going. The boyfriend, like maybe their relationship was great. Like him and Anna, maybe they had a great relationship, and like so sad for him because like he probably lost somebody that he cared deeply about, and it's like there's no winning here.
No. This is
a journey of self-growth, saying, quote, "I have created a contract for myself. I am an honest, courageous, loving leader." Prosecutors didn't buy it, writing that he had engaged in a pattern of lies, deceit, and fraud, adding the full scope of the fraud might never be discovered. And in another chilling discovery, we learned Anna Walsh filed a police report back in 2014 in Washington, D.C., saying Brian threatened to kill her, but no charges were filed. The case was closed because police
this is like
said
all
Anna
adding
never
up to like
cooperated with the investigation.
Seems like a crime of passion.
There you go. I think that's it. The guy's sketchy. The guy feels he didn't get what he was owed in life. He steals stuff from his dead dad. His wife's cheating on him. He threatens to kill her in the past. And then when she's with the boyfriend, he then does do it, it seems. I'm very much leaning towards this guy is a sociopath and he doesn't have emotions or feelings, and he killed his wife because he was mad that she left him, and he feels like everyone leaves him. No one does him right, like the father and now the wife. So it's like, I think this guy's going to end up going to jail for sure. I think the jury is going to be not on his side.
I mean, it sounds like as long as they have sufficient evidence, I hope that I hope that he accepts. So I'm a big believer, or like I hope in cases like this that the best case scenario is we can at least get some like finality. So and like a justice in that way. So I do hope that I do hope that hopefully he accepts some sort of like plea deal so that he can be like, here is where she is, so that she can like actually at least her remains can be,
in her family and her parents, if they're still around, they can have that peace of mind.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's what's going on in Massachusetts. Watch out, everybody.
Certified sad.
I will have to leave in 23 minutes. So
okay, so we probably got time for one or two more stories then. Also, I should take this time because Nathan has to jet. Nathan has a training tonight. He's accepted a night janitor job, or he has an orientation. Is it, or it's like a working interview?
I'm going to work my first shift. It's a working interview. I have to do an hour of janitorial work tonight as a night janitor. I had 2 interviews, and then tonight's the first night, and then next week I'll start doing a few hours a night. The job is like 20 hours a week. I just need to make some cash. I need the funds to be going up in my bank account. So, because YouTube is not cutting it. So if you want to become a member, you can help us out. And hopefully I won't have to do this job too long, but I got to do something quick. So this is the job I got. I've had a lot of job interviews for different jobs, and this one is the first one to sort of let me in. So here we go. Tonight, 8:30, I'm running out the door, and I'm going to go clean some buildings. So yeah.
But thank you everybody
but I got to do it. So here we go.
A job's a job, and you just have to pay the bills. So
yeah.
But thank you everybody for
I haven't had a job in 20 years outside of acting.
Well,
I've been acting full time.
Yeah.
Since 19 years. 2007 was when I last had a job. It was at California Pizza Kitchen as a waiter. And I had been working in commercials and TV shows and YouTube ever since. And now it's just, I can't stay afloat from just that. It's a bummer, but I got to do it. But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna say you just gotta you gotta do what you gotta do, and we appreciate everybody for the super chats and the memberships. We're gonna keep trying to grow the show, and I mean a job's a job at the end of the day, and you gotta
gotta
pay the bills.
We had 2 shorts on this channel do well. One got 15,000 views, one got 12,000 views in the past week. So keep watching the shorts if you don't mind. Watch the videos too. We're uploading longer form videos. That is ad revenue that pays us. And then the memberships on YouTube, the donations on YouTube, the Ko-Fi direct link in the description and the top of the chat. You can give a direct donation, $5, whatever, if you want, if you can, and you can become a monthly member. That will keep us going. If this show grows, we're going to keep plugging away at this, and we hope that eventually it just catches on like a lot of these other paranormal shows and channels we watch. If this picks up, then I won't have to do that job too long, and we can just kind of do this full time. It'd be nice, and then I can do a film every once in a while. That's the goal. That's the dream. And we appreciate you guys who do keep coming here. We know this isn't super popular, but we really appreciate you guys showing up all the time and watching us. It gives us a purpose. It gives us meaning, and it's very fun. I love doing this show. I got my new set here, which I'm really excited to be in. I got new YouTube videos coming up on my Nathan channel and a new weekly podcast. I should shout out real quick while we have a second.
New
weekly, not podcast.
Oh,
not podcast.
Your
new
retro,
weekly live
retro
stream.
thing.
Yeah, with this new set, I'm going to do a weekly live stream on Wednesdays, only for 1 hour a week. We're going to watch something, and it's going to be a digestible, easy to watch live stream. If you miss it, you can just watch it as an hour-long video. Once a week, I'm going to start doing that, trying to just keep putting stuff out, and I'm going to put up these new videos, these new retro sort of think piece videos talking about stuff that I like in this space. I'm going to use this setting to film videos and stream. So please watch on the Nathan channel and keep watching this every Friday and watch the videos we upload throughout the week. It'll help us out. And then maybe we can make a living off this. And then Jamie too. Maybe Jamie can start making money as well. Like the three of us split all the revenue on this channel. So whatever you
Imagine
can
all
do,
the
we will take
imagine
it.
all the
Thank you for
beans.
those who do.
Just imagine
Jamie
all
can
the
eat beans on
beans.
toast forever if this channel becomes successful. And yes, if we get 5 more super chats before this ends in 20-something minutes, Jamie has to sing the national anthem. So 5 more super chats on YouTube, and Jamie, the British producer, will sing the American theme song.
Well, we should talk about this because it's relevant, because the finale is happening next week. But welcome to Derry, the prequel series to It. Have you been watching the show, Nathan? Are you familiar with the show?
Haven't.
Are you aware?
I want to watch it. I am aware of it. I know it's in Derry, New Hampshire, which I think is where Stephen King lives, right?
Derry, Maine. Derry, Maine.
Derry, Maine. Oh, okay. But is this in Derry, Maine as well?
It's set in the same town. This is a prequel to the events of the
Derry, New Hampshire.
This is Derry, Maine. So the reason that I bring this up is that the finale of the first season is going to be this week, and a lot of people are comparing this to to Stranger Things. They're saying that this is the new Stranger Things. And I guess the plan for the series, as far as I know, is that this first series is going to take place. So basically the events of It go like this. It's every 27 years, the It creature, Pennywise, wakes up and has to go on like a feeding frenzy. And then he goes back to sleep. He goes back to bed for another 27 years. So every 27 years, there's an event. And this is only the first season of the show. The second season of the show is going to go back 27 years, and then the third season is going to go back another 27 years to reveal all of these connected events of the show. But the thing that I find most interesting, first of all, I think that the show is very, very strong. And I think that Bill Skarsgård, his performance as Pennywise, I think is only
he's Pennywise in the show as well.
He's Pennywise in the show as well. And I think his performance is very, very strong. And something that I didn't expect, I slept on this show it started coming out a little while ago. I slept on it until a week or two ago, and then I started watching it. And I was like, I think I see why they brought this in. I think that they were going for the Stranger Things vibe again of like, and also It, like that's how the It movies are.
What network is this on?
It's on HBO. So it also connects to like HBO Max, Netflix, and all that stuff. So something that I thought was interesting is that the parallels between this show and Stranger Things are actually pretty strong, and that it's a group of kids against a monster. That's the core element of the show. It's a group of kids against a monster. And this show it's classic. It's a period piece. It's set in the 1960s. And I thought I would bring this up because I wanted to recommend it to both you, Jamie, and the audience if you haven't seen it yet. I think it's very good. And B, the finale of season 1 is this week. And I think that Bill Skarsgård should win an Emmy because his performance as Pennywise is great. But if you're looking for a show, to watch while you're waiting for the Stranger Things finale, which is happening around Christmas and the New Year's, watch Welcome to Derry. I think it will scratch the Stranger Things itch.
Nice. I'll watch it.
I'll also add that the reason why it feels like Stranger Things is because Stranger Things essentially took the original It story kind of thing and then did that.
It's all just the cycle.
Because in 2017 when It first came out, everyone kept saying, "Oh, this is just Stranger Things," and then the fans were like, "No, Stranger Things was inspired by It and many of the other 80s things that happened back then." So
and
that is why it's got
from Stranger Things was in the It movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got confusing.
But it is very good. So I definitely recommend it. I think we've got time for, I'll do one more and then you can do one more.
I think I'll just quickly show as well. There's a quick video I can show you guys of breaking news that kind of happened on Monday because it's a very small
breaking
thing.
News.
But a dash cam.
I want to do that before you say it, I just want to let you guys both know I want to do the Jennifer thing because it'll be like a real quick one.
Okay, cool.
Before I go.
Well, this will be a real quick one. There was news, a dash cam caught a small plane landing on the freeway in Florida, and it ended up landing onto a car, which was just wild footage.
Like, bro, I have chops, I swear. Oh, damn. Oh my goodness. 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 Oh my goodness.
I hope I hope the person's all right.
A plane just crashed onto a
Onto
car
a highway.
on a highway right
We're
in
gonna
front
pull
of us.
off. And
Wow.
Wow.
They look like they're okay.
Wow. I'm not even
scary.
joking. A small plane
This
just
is
crashed onto a
crazy.
car in the
Holy
highway.
Wow.
And I have it on my.
And you have it on video.
Holy
Yeah, and so
Was
one
that
thing
Florida, did you say?
it was Florida.
yeah.
Of course it was Florida. This is just GTA 6. This is someone doing a mission that takes place in Florida.
This whole thing is just gonna
Florida.
this whole thing is just gonna turn out to be promotion for Grand Theft Auto 6. This is just
In
them.
fact, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, this is just part of their promotions budget. That is crazy footage. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy footage. I don't know what to say about that other than I'm glad that nobody was hurt. Apparently, right?
Yeah, no one was. There was a woman was injured and she went to the hospital, but she did not obviously die. The person in the car was the one that went to hospital, from what I read. But yes, so there you go.
Wow.
For a plane landing on an active freeway, that was the best landing I've seen.
Yeah.
Given the situation. I'll say that is not certified odd. That's certified scary.
Certified very scary. Okay,
Watch
I'll do one more.
Look
You can do
when
one.
you're driving.
Should I do one more and then you can do one more?
Yeah, do one more. We can if we can squeeze them in 15 minutes, that'll be good.
Okay. Well, why don't you do yours first? Because I'm just getting this
Okay.
pulled up.
Jamie, you just gotta show the picture, and then I'm basically just gonna read it and tell you guys what's going on. Oh yeah, can you drag it in? I took this picture.
It's a great picture.
If you post it in Discord, I can probably just get it up that way rather than the Google Doc.
I can't seem to get it out.
Oh.
Wait, let me see if I can put it here. Where is Discord? It's not letting me like paste it. Of course. What the heck is going on?
Well, if you want to do that, I'm ready to go on this thing.
Yeah. Do you want to do?
You can get
yours,
you can get your
Tom,
thing
while
ready.
you
Yeah.
get that,
Let's talk about the Trader Joe's thing. Trader Joe's chicken thing.
Okay.
So I'll tee it up and say, Nathan and/or Jamie, have you heard about what's going on at Trader Joe's?
I have not.
Okay, so let me tell you real quick. I was in Trader Joe's the other day. I was buying my groceries, and the cashier looked very frazzled. So myself, wanting to understand, why she was frazzled, what's going on? And apparently I had just missed Direct Action Everywhere, which is a protest group. I wasn't familiar with them before, who were in the store a few minutes prior, and they were in with megaphones protesting Trader Joe's using I think it's the Petaluma chicken farm, Purdue. And I wasn't aware of any of this until I started going down this rabbit hole. But there's been a nationwide protest of Trader Joe's going on, and their use of its Purdue subsidiary Petaluma Poultry. And like, if you've ever heard anything, like, you're familiar with factory farming conditions, and Purdue's factory farming conditions are awful. And I wasn't even aware that Trader Joe's carried these particular farms. But there are nationwide protests happening to protest Trader Joe's use of Petaluma poultry, which I agree with. They shouldn't be using this. If Trader Joe's is purchasing poultry from these farms that are engaging in factory farming conditions, they absolutely shouldn't be purchasing from them. And I support the protest of that. And I wasn't aware of this either. They're also protesting in support of Zoe Rosenberg, who is a 23-year-old UC Berkeley student who rescued several chickens from one of these farms and has been sentenced to 90 days in prison as a result of this. And all of these protests are happening right now at Trader Joe's. And apparently I just missed one. And this cashier that I saw was all shaken up. There were protesters in with megaphones protesting Trader Joe's continued support of Purdue Farms. And I would make it.
Yeah,
you think they'd
Trader
have.
Joe's, that was like a good company.
That's what I thought as well. Yeah. That's what I thought as well. So if for whatever reason this makes its way to Trader Joe's, first of all, this girl should not be in prison at all. She rescued 4 chickens and had to go to jail sentenced to 90 days in jail for rescuing
for
4 chickens. Oh, it's horrible. She absolutely should not be going to jail at all. And I think she's a hero for rescuing these 4 birds and standing up for what she believes in. I totally support her. Like, I think she's a hero for doing this. And Trader Joe's, stop carrying Purdue Farms. Stop it.
Yeah, I couldn't. I have no sympathy for giant companies, especially Purdue Farms and Trader Joe's.
Exactly.
Trader Joe's is just as big as Whole Foods, in my opinion. So
they're huge. And I thought that Trader Joe's stood for I thought that they stood for what they claim that their moral positions are, but this speaks in another direction. So Trader Joe's, please stop carrying first of all, it's a whole different conversation. I don't support any sort of I wish that we would evolve past any sort of eating of the animals, but if you are going to purchase animal products, they should at least be sourced humanely. So Trader Joe's, get the inhumane stuff out of there.
Jamie, I sent you the picture on Discord. This should be easier. This will be my last story for the night, and then I got to run in 7 minutes.
I'll let you do. I'll let you do this thing.
This is like a funny one. Tom. All right.
Nathan?
Tom, I got to tell you something. I was in the grocery store the other day, and I don't normally look at these things, but I saw the cover of a magazine, and I thought, what the heck is that? What's going on here? And I read the tabloid, and it turns out that Jennifer Aniston might be hypnotized and getting into a marriage because a hypnotist is controlling her brain. Star Magazine here. Yeah, I saw this headline. Jennifer Aniston's engaged. After double divorce, heartbreak, Aniston insists this time it's different. But can she trust him? And I thought, oh my gosh, this is just dumb drama. Then I looked at the picture of the husband, and it says husband number 3, all about hypnotist Jim Curtis. So this woman who's been divorced twice, she's on her 3rd husband, all of a sudden is like, okay, this is the one. And it turns out the guy's a hypnotist. I think this guy hypnotized Jennifer Aniston. He's controlling. He's
pretty good looking. I'll marry him.
Because he's a hypnotist. That's why you think he's good looking. It's already working on you. This guy's taking over everyone's minds.
Pretty attractive fellow, I must say.
We've lost Tom. We've lost him. It's happening to everyone. Do not look at this image, everyone. You're gonna marry him, and he's gonna get all your money.
He's got great hair. Look at that hair. It's like Uncle Jesse hair. It's really good.
I bet you. I'm gonna state this right now. They will be divorced, and he will have a lot of money. This hypnotist is taking advantage of the national treasure that is Jennifer Aniston. So
how many
just
times
wanted
has
to put
she
it out
been?
there.
How many
let you
times has
guys know.
Jennifer Aniston been married? She's been married 2-3 times already.
Twice, apparently. So 2 times already. I only remember the Brad Pitt marriage. I don't know who she married after that, but apparently she married somebody else, and now she's marrying this guy. So I think this is not good for her. I think the hypnotist is taking advantage of her mind and now entering into eternal romance with her, and it will not be forever. Just putting it out there. Certified odd.
Certified dreamy fellow right there.
Great. Tom's been duped. It's working. I just thought that was crazy. She's marrying a hypnotist. That's a thing. People are like still hypnotists, and a celebrity marries one. Doesn't that what is she seeing a hypnotist? Someone who like knows how to dupe people. I mean, hypnotism is a real thing. I can get hypnotized. It's
probably
a relaxed
really
state of mind, and it's just taking advantage of people who are susceptible and very agreeable and eager, which is why I am easily hypnotized. I understand hypnotism and why it works. And it's just weird that Jennifer Aniston, such a strong-minded, independent woman, needs to marry a guy who manipulates other people's brains. Rachel, what are you doing?
I mean, he's probably he's probably like very good at like conversation and like reading people and stuff. Also,
someone you can't trust.
He looks a lot like he looks a lot like slightly more attractive Mark Duplass.
He does kind of look
like if you
Duplass.
like if you added like 10% more attractiveness to Mark Duplass, that's what this guy would look like.
He also looks like
that's what this guy looks like.
Our friend George.
He's better looking than George.
Salt and pepper.
George is like a regular guy though.
Yeah. Got that gray though.
This guy looks more
this salt and pepper.
Yeah, he looks like like a little bit like Mark Duplass, a little bit like Chris Pine, a little bit like George, I guess. George is more regular.
I don't talk about Chris Pine. He's banned.
No? What's wrong with Chris Pine? What's wrong with Chris Pine?
Chris Pine? You don't know the drama between me and Chris Pine?
No, if I do, I don't remember it. What happened between you and Chris Pine?
Is Hollywood drama. The day I got engaged to my fiance, Katie, I was checking into a very nice hotel in Los Angeles, and I prepared this weeks in advance, and they knew I was coming in for my engagement. They knew what time I needed to check in. I get there, and then the hotel's like, "Oh, we're sorry. Your room's not ready yet. We have a high-profile guest that won't leave." And I was like, "Okay, can you kick them out?" And they said, "Oh, just give us a little bit, and then we'll get them out of here." And Katie and I are sitting down there waiting. Luckily, we were in a good mood because we just got engaged. We were taking pictures and sending texts to people. So we're sitting in the lobby for like an hour, and then who comes sauntering down the stairs is Chris Pine with his girlfriend, who I then Googled it, and it's this girl that he's like, apparently no one knows who she is right now, who he's dating, and that's her. That's the faces. I've seen the pictures. Chris Pine just saunters through, and then the crew comes and says, "Okay, he left." I said, "Oh, so it was Chris Pine, huh?" And they go, "Yeah, we didn't want to like reveal the name or whatever." I was like, "Well, I just saw him walk out of my room and he's caused a big mess." They said, "Yeah, we're rushing to clean it up. We got a double crew cleaning a room right now because Chris Pine was there for over a week and he wouldn't leave."
Wow.
So freaking Chris Pine nearly ruined my engagement evening, and I don't like to talk about him. If we ever meet, he's in trouble. That's gonna be my next influencer boxing match. Dad versus Chris Pine.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I guess when you're that like you're that rich, I guess. Not everybody that's rich is like that, like entitled, I guess is the word I would use. But
it was definitely an entitled move to be like, I don't care. I don't care who's coming in after me.
Well, I think he's just like, I'll spend I'm just making the assumption. I'm sure in his head he's like, I'll just pay extra money because I'm very rich. I'll just whatever how much money do you need? I'll just pay. But he wasn't like thinking like
he's just thinking, I'll fix this with money for sure. But yeah, the whole hotel was booked, so they couldn't move us to another room. And also I requested this specific room. I wanted this nice room for my engagement, and Chris Pine wouldn't get out.
I mean, the gentlemanly thing,
not odd, certified freaking rude, Chris Pine.
Certified drama.
Banned.
I mean, I was gonna say if he really wanted, like with his money, I think the nice guy. Yeah. The
I gotta
nice
leave right
guy
now, actually.
the nice guy thing to do would have been to pay for your room, to be like, sorry, man.
Yeah, or like, say to the hotel, like, "Oh, I'll cover the first night of this person." He's a
Right,
millionaire.
just to be
He
like,
could have done that. He screwed up my engagement.
yeah.
No, he didn't do it. He saw us waiting too. He knew I was waiting for that room, and he walked down and looked at us. He's like, "I don't care." Wearing his flip flops and his hat, trying to hide his identity. I see you. I know you. I watched the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
The
Or
drama.
Yeah,
Well, anyway,
Nathan
has to go, or the show would go a little bit longer. We'll be back on. Well, I guess we won't be here on Tuesday. We're pre-taping some shows on Tuesday for the break, but we'll be back.
Jamie and Tom, do you guys want to wrap it up? I literally have to run out the door right now. I feel bad.
Yeah, you can take off.
I'll send you the
footage
footage.
over. Yeah, send over.
I'm gonna
footage.
stop it now. I just
right.
stopped it.
Cool.
All right. Sorry, everyone. I have to run. I got to go to my janitor job. Thanks for watching. Tom and Jamie, if you want to end it, that'd be great. Thank you. I'll see you guys all soon.
Good luck.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Goodbye.
Farewell, everybody.
Well, all right. Jamie and I can do the outro here. So, Jamie, our plan is, so for everybody, we've been talking offline about this. Our plan is we're gonna pre-tape some shows on Tuesday, so that we can have content over the Christmas time break, because we're gonna be busy with family stuff the week of Christmas itself. But we're planning on doing the marathon, 12-hour marathon on the 19th. Is that correct? Is that the right date?
So yeah, I will announce for everyone. So for everyone officially, not because I guess we'll have to add everyone officially announcing it, but here, what is going to happen is next week will be the marathon stream for 12 hours, and we will have a goal, I believe, of attempting, I think, to try and get to two members, right?
Two members, yeah.
Triple two. If we can get that, obviously, that will be a goal to hit at the end, so we are not fired, because that is going to be our goal.
Oh, yeah, that's important to say. If we don't hit it, we're firing ourselves
from the show. The show will be fired. So can you renew our contracts? That is to be decided on the marathon stream. In fact, this whole week you can attempt if you would like to donate. But anyway, what I will say, though, after that marathon stream, there will be streams on the 26th and 3rd, the two Fridays afterwards, but they will be pre-recorded. We're going to be recording them. Doesn't matter for you guys. I mean, we said it was Tuesday, but it doesn't really matter what days you know about that. All you need to know is that the Friday streams will be happening, but they will be pre-recorded. We'll still pop into the chat and things, so if you wish to donate during those streams, we will still be there to see them. But they will be pre-recorded. And you still will get some streams. You'll basically get podcast episodes on just the day after Christmas and pretty much a couple of days after the New Year. So yeah,
and that's just to give us a bit of time. Like Nathan, Jamie is spending time with his family. Nathan is I think he's flying back to the East Coast to visit his parents. So both Nathan and Jamie won't be around. But we do want to keep the shows going. So we're gonna pre-tape some stuff next week. So next week, 12-hour marathon, and then we'll have podcast type episodes of the show to keep things rolling. In the meanwhile, but I think that's about it. Those are my only announcements.
Yeah, those are the announcements. I think those are important announcements. Marathon stream will be next week to save the channel. To save the workers so they are not fired. How
do you feel? Wait, now that Nathan's gone, we can spill all the juicy drama about Nathan. How do you feel about Nathan and his janitorial endeavors? When he told me that, I was like, what?
It's an interesting choice, yeah. Maybe it's not a thing to be worth talking about on stream while he's not here. It's like,
no, well, we can always talk about that stuff. No, I think a job's a job. But I will say I do feel a job's a job, but yeah, man, the night job is rough.
Yeah,
I feel like bad for him. I feel like bad a little bit. The night work is rough. I've done that before too, where like you have to like leave for work at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that's rough. So yeah, everybody wish Nathan good luck. And then yeah, hopefully the dad movie does well, and the podcast and stuff can start. Hopefully they do well, so that Nathan's not doing the night work anymore.
Yeah.
The graveyard shift is the graveyard shift is no joke. It's rough.
The rough one. So if you would like to support us, you can. I think even if you can't donate, I personally obviously suggest if you can watch the shorts. We're going to have some shorts going out mostly daily. There might be a couple of days where they don't go out. But those will be going out each day. So if you can check them out, they'll be just little things from the clips. I'm going to try and upload some longer ones to maybe Mondays and Wednesdays. Those are going to be the aim. For longer form, but they'll be just clips, obviously, from these streams to keep an eye out for, and just to see how they potentially do in comparison with the shorts. So yeah,
I like that Miss Blue is saying these guys are working overtime. It's true. This is the new. This is it. We're gonna stream 24 hours a day from now on.
Yeah.
Nathan's finally gone. This can be a 24-hour stream now.
These next 2 weeks are definitely going to be a bit hectic to get those, but then that gives us 2 weeks off. But there'll be still stuff for you guys to see for 2 weeks so while you're in Christmas or celebrating the holidays, you can still check YouTube, and we'll be there. There'll be stuff going up for you. So you will get stuff.
We'll be in there somewhere.
Yes.
But yeah. Yeah, I guess we could wrap it up. This was just the wrap up. We wanted to do the closing announcements, but Nathan had to run. Everybody, again, please wish Nathan good luck. Thank you again for all of the likes. Make sure you like the stream. Leave a comment after the stream. That'll also help with the YouTube algorithm. And we will be back Friday. Friday's the marathon. Is that the date?
Friday's the marathon. 19th.
12 hours. We're doing 12 to 12. So we'll be back on Friday. So we'll see y'all all then.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.